Hello and good evening, and welcome to the Ted Meinhover Field here in Perham, Minnesota. I'm Jason Groth, joined by Kyle Haberman here on the 549 Media Network. Kyle, and we have a fun one tonight, the battle for the paddle. Two traditional rivals getting ready to square off.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pleasure to be on with you this first time. I was told by multiple people that the only reason you wanted me on was because the Packers are playing in Brazil and you needed some time to kill at times. But I'm very fortunate to be on here with you. But, yeah, I mean, anytime these two teams square off, and no matter what sport it is, it's going to be a great game. And the battle for the paddle is a great tradition now. DL's won it the last couple of years, but you can't ask for a better night for a football game. It's really, really nice out right now. It's going to cool down as the night goes on, but I'm really excited for it, as I'm sure both communities are.
Impressed that you're starting right out of the gate with the first Packer coming of the night, since they're taking out the Eagles in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It should be a fun one there. But here tonight, two teams coming off opening week wins, both in a different variety. Yellowjackets kind of had to grind one out and then get a late drive for a touchdown to win 14-12 over Holly, while Detroit Lakes rode the legs of Caden Strand in his arm and had a dominant victory over Ricori.
Yeah, I think, definitely two different games. I mean, when you look at how Perham found a way to win that game, I think that was incredibly crucial when you look at their schedule going forward. And so to find a way to get that W, it looked, as they late had to find a way to make plays. You could tell they were tired, but a number of players stepped up. And so getting that 1-0, I think, was huge for their confidence for kind of a younger team. And then when you look at DL, I think a lot of people were surprised at how they just took it at Ricori. But they got a lot of guys. I think with Carrier and some of those old guys going, I think people thought maybe DL wouldn't be as powerful. But they got a lot of dudes. They're incredibly physical. They got some guys that you can tell are maybe next-level football, college football players. And so we're going to have our hands full tonight.
Caden Strand is one of those dudes you talked about. He was 10 of 15 for 186 and a touchdown, but more impressively, it was on the ground, 12 carries, 131 yards, and 5 touchdowns for the Lakers in that victory for Ricori. The Yellow Jackets, one of the question marks has been the line up front all year long. They're going to have their hands full tonight with that line of Detroit Lakes and also trying to find a way to slow down Strand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's what Coach Robertson's really focused in on is finding a way to attack him, and I'll mention that later in some of our keys. But I think that's really the big part is keeping Strand off balance. He's a guy that's been playing quarterback for a long time for these guys, and last week is kind of a culmination and a major breakout party for him, having 6 touchdowns. So they're going to have their hands full. They're going to have to find a way to keep them in front, particularly early in the game. I think they've deferred, so I think DL's going to get the ball right away. So if they can find a way to keep them from making big plays and doing essentially what Ricori couldn't do last week, I think we'll be just fine. And anytime you have a game like this, a lot of times as maybe DL has more dudes this year, I still think that anytime you go out here in a game like this, it's going to be a good game.
And then you look at the Yellow Jacket side of things, their ability right now is kind of in the speedy positions in the backfield and also on the outside. Alex Bloom at quarterback was outstanding, 12 for 21 for 149 and a touchdown, especially in that late drive. Him and Ashton Detloff really had that connection on that last drive.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see more of that. That's Bloom's first game as quarterback here, and he's played a quarterback at a high level for a couple of years now, and so this is his first one in Perham. But I really think as the season goes on, as long as he can stay healthy, I think he's going to start making more plays play after play, because you got guys like Gavin Griffin, you got guys like Tyrus Ekins, you got a lot of speed players. It's just when it comes to our line, can our line hold up long enough against some of these bigger schools and some of this pressure? Hoping we can get. I think talking to our coaching staff, they really wanted to find a way to get our speed guys in space away from the line of scrimmage. So I think that will be one of the keys as well.
Well, we thank you for tuning in here on 549 Media. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Yellow Jacket head coach Jesse Hine right here on the 549 Media pregame show.
Hear that? That's your team here at KLN cheering you on as you go through this crazy journey of life. Having a career that sets you up with a great team to cheer you on can really make a difference. Here at KLN Family Brands, not only do you have a team that's there for you, but you have benefits that will set you up to win every day. With healthcare coverage as low as $25 a month, tuition reimbursement, a $10,000 home loan program for qualified employees, recruiting bonuses, and more. Apply today, build your tomorrow at klnfamilybrands.com.
We all know you're looking through Zillow trying to find that perfect home. Better question is, have you been pre-approved for it? If you're looking at making a move this year, getting pre-approved is going to be a great first step for you. What a pre-approval is going to do is it's going to set filters on your search and give you realistic expectations on what kind of homes you should be looking for. To get pre-approved, stop in and see us or visit us online at ucbankmn.com. I'm Alec Meyer, I'm a mortgage lender, and let's get ready to move this year.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Hello and welcome back to the 549 Media Pregame Show. I'm now joined by Perham football head coach Jesse Hine. And Jesse, an exciting night tonight as you guys get ready to take on the Detroit Lakers for the battle for the paddle.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime you get to play in a rivalry game and, you know, one with this rich history as the battle for the paddle, it's a lot of fun. Kids get revved up. It's just going to be a good evening.
You guys are coming off an exciting 14-12 victory over Holly. You talk a little bit about how that game transpired.
You know, it's not quite how you draw it up, but, you know, when the boys had their backs against the wall, they performed. You know, always a lot of things you can correct after a week one, but just fun to see the boys battle and, you know, come out victorious.
I'll talk about the perseverance a little bit from your team. Like you said, Noah Nelson gets that late touchdown with about 2 minutes to go, and you guys seem to definitely came to the challenge there with a nice drive.
Yeah, there was not any, like, you know, any nervousness, anything like that from the boys. They just came to the sideline. We had a plan. Our staff did a really good job of, you know, kind of the, hey, if we get the ball back here toward the end zone, this is our plan. If they score, we got a plan moving forward. So we were prepared. We were confident. So that helps, I think, as they, you know, they headed back out there and got her done.
One of the keys, and I think it could be a key for every game, is you guys were really in control of the take-give with, I believe you guys were +3 in the turnover battle.
Yeah, that's always huge. I mean, you hear people talk about the ball being the program, and, you know, some people scoff at that, but it's truly, you know, you gain possessions, you lose possessions, that could be the difference.
What were some of the things you thought about the play from your quarterback, Alex Bloom?
You know, it's always new. You know, I've never seen him play in person other than what we've had here this fall camp. He's a great leader. I mean, nothing rattles him, it seems, and he keeps playing play to play, and you never have to doubt his effort, his, you know, willingness to try, and he just plays hard.
And at quarterback, seemed like he really did a nice job spreading the ball around. I know there's multiple players with multiple catches, but in that last drive, Ashton Detloff really came up with some big catches for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, those two have a pretty good relationship being in baseball together, and they lifted together, lifting partners all summer, and you know, when it comes down to it, you got to go to who you trust, and definitely he does a good job of sharing the wealth, and we need to do that this year with, you know, we have a little bit of lack of depth just with numbers-wise where we're at right now, but he does a good job of throwing to the open man.
Now the battle in the trenches, what was kind of your thoughts overall in that one with Holly?
You know, we had 3 guys who really hadn't played a whole lot of football for us, you know, at the varsity level, so you never know heading into their first contest, and Holly being an experienced team, and they're very disciplined in what they do as well. So it was good. There were a lot of things, you know, we got to clean up, but overall, you know, they never quit. They fired off the ball. They did what they were supposed to, and, you know, we did enough.
Now, as we turn the page, the battle for the paddle, a unique trophy, and what's it like to battle for that?
You know, it goes back to when I played, but, you know, it's week to week, year to year. It just, you never know what's going to happen. We talked with the team yesterday about all the crazy things that have happened from, you know, Jordan Hines strip for a touchdown to go 90 yards to win, and the clock running out on us, and the Lakers winning. It seemed for the first, you know, 5 or 6 years of this rivalry, the team who was not favored was the team who came out victorious. I know it's just kind of wild. It's fun. The crowds get into it. It's always probably the best crowd of the year, and it's just a great opportunity.
Lakers are coming off that victory over Ricori. What are some things you expect to see from them coming into tonight's game?
You know, they're a very big, physical, disciplined team, and you know, Reed does a great job getting those guys ready to play. They all know their job, and they definitely they show just by looking at them how much time they spend in the weight room. And you know, it'll be a challenge for us, but it's a challenge that we're willing to attack.
What will be some keys for you guys in this game?
I think we gotta complete our passes and maintain some drives. I mean, it's definite that, you know, we're probably not favored up front. I think definitely spreading the wealth, making them cover the whole field and not just key in on one or two guys or two schemes. So it's we got to be diverse, and we got to take opportunities as they come and take advantage of them.
In a game like this with DL, is the time of possession battle something you definitely want to try to maintain and have a good hold on?
Always. I mean, it's tough when you're playing, you know, you're playing 15, 16 guys right now, and a lot of guys who are getting ready to kind of be in that contributing roles, but you gotta keep your defense off the field, you gotta keep your offense on the field, and definitely when they're playing both ways, there's not a whole lot of time to rest. So controlling the clock is definitely a big thing that we're going to try to do, and just do our thing.
Back at home for the first time this year, how excited are the guys and the coaching staff to be back here in front of the home fans?
Oh, it's a special place to play. I mean, special place to play. Definitely fun to just be here, be in our own facilities, and do our warm-ups and stuff the way we're accustomed to, and it'll be good. It'll be good to show the town what we're working on.
All right, Coach, anything else like that at all?
Nope, looking forward to it.
All right, that's Perham Yellowjacket head coach Jesse Hine right here on the 549 Media pregame show.
Hey, it's Tucker again. Did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction. Your vision, our team.
Since 1980, more families have depended on Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. Whether it's buying or selling, Chivers delivers. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. My goal is to show you that great service doesn't go out of style like garden gnomes. At Jack Chivers Realty, we make the buying and selling process simple and stress-free. We're dedicated to guiding you through every step with ease. Find out how Chivers delivers for yourself. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Well, welcome back to the Ted Meinhover Field. I'm Jason Groth with Kyle Haberman. We're just moments away from the opening kick here for the Battle of the Paddle between the Lakers and the Yellowjackets. The Lakers won the toss. The Yellowjackets won the toss, and they deferred. So we'll get the look at the Yellowjacket defense, and this is how they'll look up front. Ashton Detloff, Casper, Jack Wengler, and Logan Guck across the line. At corners, Tyrus Goodron and Tate Zacharias. The linebackers, Gavin Griffin, Sawyer Dilbeck, Johnny Ramos, and Ty Rooney. And at safety, Alex Bloom for the Yellowjackets. I'll get our first look also at quarterback Caden Strand and this strong Laker offense with Easton Wall in the backfield.
I think we'll have a really good idea of how this game's going to operate here in the first 4 minutes or so. So hopefully we can come out in a good pace and keep things in front, and it should be a fun game.
Lakers in their road white with red and gray, and the Yellowjackets in their home black with gold or yellow and black as they get ready to go. Kicking things off will be Jaden Borman for the Yellowjackets. We thank you for tuning in. And it's a short kick to the far side and grab there by Detroit Lakes to get it up to the 33. That was Francis on the return.
For the Yellowjackets, number 57, Jack Eaksley.
Exie,
And number 2.
amongst others, in on the tackle. 1st and 10 coming up for the Lakers.
Look for the Yellow Jackets to find different ways to attack them in different spots. I think talking to the coaching staff, they're going to look at finding different ways to come at Strand from different angles. So the blitzes will probably come from different spots throughout the night, and that'll be something to look for, particularly from our linebacking crew. We have a fantastic linebacking crew, guys that are able to attack gaps and get to the football quickly. So hopefully that's something that we see early tonight.
Strand comes out in the gun. One receiver left, one to his right, sends a man in motion. That's Bartness. Bartness will get the handoff around the outside, cuts upfield, gets swarmed under and brought out of bounds.
Okay, Andy Bartness.
Bartness with a nice run there, got to the outside.
Ty Rooney might not have made the play there, but he really kept and contained Bartness and forced him to slow himself down and turn it upfield, and that's what you need, because then you got 10 other guys that can find a way to make a play.
Call it 2nd and 6 after the gain of 4 for Bartness. Strand again in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to the far side. It looks left, fires. That's complete. Bartness, the receiver, with a nice catch and run, is short to the first down, though.
On the tackle, Gavin Griffin.
Gavin Griffin with a good open field tackle. He was initially kind of got pushed up by the other wide receiver, but then was able to shed him and find a way to make a play to at least keep it in 3rd and short.
3rd and short for this Laker offense. So far, it's been Andy Bartness who's picked up all 9, 1 reception, 1 carry. Strand directs his running back to the right, still works in the gun. Looks left, fires left, complete. No, it's in and out of the hands of Bartness.
Growth, I think the sun got that one. He came off the shadows, and right when the ball was thrown, his head was in the sun, and I think that had a major part in it.
Interesting first call of the game. 4th and 1. Appears the Lakers are not even thinking twice about it. They're going to go to the line. They're in the gun with 1 receiver left, 1 to the right side. Send a man in motion, that's Von Ruden. Handoff, left side, swarmed under, nothing there for Wall, and a turnover on downs. We'll give the ball to the Yellow Jackets.
What a great start for the Yellow Jackets, finding a way to know where the play was heading, and you saw really that especially our line was able to get early movement and make a play. What a great start. Now hopefully the offense can start making plays.
From the Laker 38-yard line.
Ty Rooney brings in the play from head coach Jesse Hine. And a good stop, Yellow Jackets in plus territory. 1st and 10 at the 39. Wide receiver to the left side. And 1 to the right. Bloom will keep it himself, run up straight ahead, get to about the 35. Nice positive run there.
Coaching Bloom in basketball, one of the things that just kind of pops off the page with him is he's just really shifty. He's got a really quick first step, and so I'm sure that Coach Hines is going to look to utilize that as much as possible and find different spots for him to get out in space. Although he does really love to throw the football, I think you're going to see throughout the season he's going to run it probably more than he did last year out in Williston.
Bloom comes out with Detloff to his left on the line. Stacked backfield. Dillbeck to his left and Carson's Icy, I believe, to his right. That's Griffin. They send him in motion. Flag on the play. They'll blow dead.
Penalty flag on the field.
That's going to be a false start on the Yellow Jackets.
Jackets.
I'll back them up.
I didn't see a number there. It looks like it probably was a lineman. It looked like Gavin was just fine in his movement, but must have been a right tackle or right guard that we couldn't see from our view.
Puts him behind the sticks. 2nd and about 13, we'll call it, from the 41. Dillbeck to lone back to the right. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side for the Yellow Jackets. Bloom in the gun. Looks left, fires left. Pass too strong for Rooney.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Ty Rooney.
Normally DL is in a cover 2. You see a lot of them. They'll push up their their corners into they're not really a traditional cover two. They'll have two high safeties, but what they'll do is their corners will be right around that 8-yard mark and not so much in the flats. And when we went trips there, it looked like it was a little bit different look, but look for that two high safety look, which is probably why we're looking for early passes in those areas to try to get before those linebackers get there.
Two receivers right, two to the left. Bloom gets the snap. Looks left, fires left, pass is complete. Tyrus Goodron on the near side goes out of bounds. Makes it about 4th and 5 on a nice pitch and catch there. Bloom to Goodron.
Tough one there. Tyrus made a really good play and a good catch, but all the momentum of his body was carrying him out of bounds, so he wasn't able to stay in bounds, which puts the Yellow Jackets in a tough 4th and 5.
Yellow Jackets going to go for it. And their first opportunity on 4th down today. So one receiver left. That's Zacharias. Two receivers to the right. Bill back to the left. Bloom looks to his right. Fires pass. Too strong. Incomplete. And a turnover on downs. We'll give it back to Detroit Lakes. So both defenses have come up. What stops when they've needed here in the first quarter?
On the coverage, Nick Bubolt.
I think you get a sense there with that first drive by the Yellow Jackets of what they're probably looking for. A lot of quick passes. The idea of trying to get in the trenches. We have speed guys, but the idea of trying to do that with their quality linebackers and their big bodies up front, we're not going to try to battle in there. We're going to try to get that thing in space, and that was, the coaching staff talked about that early, and they kind of held to that first drive.
Now we'll see what Detroit Lakes selects to do with their second possession of the night. They're going to send two receivers left. Wall will be to the right of Strand in the gun. Strand hands it off to Wall and now cuts it up. He's trying to get to the outside, gets forced back. The inside is wrapped up. Not much doing there for Wall. And he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Will be seconds. Actually lost the yard according to the spot.
Lost a yard on the play, brings up a 2nd and 11 for the Lakers.
So far, the Yellow Jacket defensive front has been up to the task here in the early going.
Yeah, you see Coach subbing guys in and out too. That hopefully that's part of the plan is if you're going to have to go against these bodies, maybe put enough different dudes in there to keep them fresh.
Strand looking things over. He's got two receivers. Looks, now pumps and fires down the sideline for Bartness, and Bartness makes the catch at the 40 and goes out of bounds. Into Yellow Jacket territory, steps out of bounds at the mark of the 38-yard line. On a big pitch and catch there, and Bartness has been the number one go-to guy coming off a strong week last week where he had 5 receptions and a touchdown.
You could see that was just plain Bartness there. Bloom might have barely bit on that kind of quick pitch and go, but he was able to recover back there. Bartness just made a play over Bloom, and credit to him.
1st and 10. 3 receivers right for Strand. Strand now going to run the option. He's going to keep it himself in the hole open right up the middle. Breaks into the Yellow Jacket secondary. Is finally brought down at about the 25-yard line.
Brought down by Johnny Ramos.
Ramos in on the tackle.
First down for the Lakers.
And that was one where the Laker offensive line took control right away, and in the option, Strand kept it himself. Strand hands it off Wall. This time tries to cut, but gets wrapped up. Jack Exey in on that tackle right away. Did a nice job of bringing down Wall.
You saw Coach Robertson put in Lou Harms there to maybe have a little bit bigger body up front to allow for his linebackers to get up there and make a play. So Lou Harms didn't play a ton last week against Hawley. So now that there's a little bit bigger bodies, maybe he's going to get a little bit more run tonight. But that was, although he didn't make the play, once again, he took on a couple of offensive linemen and opened it up for a linebacker to make a play, and puts us in a little bit favorable position here.
Strand again with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to his left. Wall's the back to his right. High snap, it gets it down, goes to Wall. The outside, bounces it around to the left side to be close to the first down markers. He dives forward, pending the spot. A nice strong run there by Wall. It'll be close.
Alex Bloom helped out by Gavin.
They're going to move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10. Griffin on the tackle,
First down for the
but not after a first down for the Lakers.
Ball on the Yellow Jackets 15-yard line.
Ball at the 16. Strand. Hands it off again. Wall straight ahead. Finally gets brought down
Easton Wall on the carry.
in the defensive secondary.
Brought down
by Sawyer Dilbeck, who kind of come up clenching his arm, but will stay in the game.
Pickup. Second down, 2 for the
Wall
Lakers.
makes it 2nd and 2, though.
Growth, that was a pretty good example of those big bodies from DL being able to move our front. That was a big hole for those guys, for that running back to get through.
2nd and 2. Now Strand, for the first time, is under center. Pulls it out, keeps it himself. Nice job by Dilbeck keeping the edge.
Hayden Strand
He didn't fall for it.
on the carry. Brought down by Sawyer Dilbeck.
And Dilbeck is the Yellow Jackets set down,
Officials
but he
timeout
pops
on the field.
back up. We're going to have an injury
Third down, 5
timeout
for the Lakers.
as it's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, Sawyer Dilbeck's a huge, huge part of their defense. I mean, not just that play. You saw him kind of keep everything in front, but they really need him as one of the big leaders on that defense. But Carson Zeise going in, he's a young guy, but he lives in the weight room, and maybe coach trusts him to make a play. So hopefully he can go in there and stir something up as well.
3rd and 5. Here in the first quarter, the Lakers looking to score inside the red zone. Strand under center, hands it off Wall left side, gets to the corner, off a block and into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Lakers strike first on a 9-yard touchdown run by Easton Wall.
Yeah, kind of a repeat of the last play. The left tackle, left guard really moved our entire front off to the right and allowed for that play to just really pretty easily get in because it was a big wall. That wall is such a, pardon the pun, but the wall getting through there, and expecting our cornerbacks to be able to bring him down is unlikely. He's a 2-year starter on both sides of the football, so he's been there before.
Bubolt's on for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick, and it's good.
Extra point is good.
And just like that, Detroit Lakes strikes first in the battle for the paddle. They have a 7-0 lead. We'll take a quick timeout here on the 549 Media Network.
New Horizons Realty is a full-service real estate company who has been helping buyers and sellers in Lakes Country for over 25 years. They understand the local market conditions because they are from here, live here, and have lifelong careers in real estate. Get a free estimate with an experienced, local, laid-back, and friendly agent that's a part of a team you can trust and will go to work for you. Visit permrealestate.com or call 218-346-7767 to speak with Chad and his dedicated team at New Horizons Realty in Perm.
Well, welcome back here to Ted Meinhover Field. Touchdown run by Easton Wall has the Lakers up 7-0. And a nice dominant drive. They relied on Wall, went to the ground, did the Lakers on that first drive.
I'm kind of excited to watch this Bubolt's kick. I know he's talking to Coach Moss with DL, says he's a fantastic leader, but apparently he's got just an absolute cannon of a leg. So he had a couple that last week went through. He had one that hit the uprights as he kicked it through. So looks like he's got a big leg for a high school kicker.
Bubolt's the kick again.
Back deep for the Yellow Jackets, Tyrus Kudrin.
And Griffin back deep for the Yellow Jackets as they look to try to dig out of this hole. Bubolt's on line drive boot, and Kudrin on the run. Now at the 20, cuts upfield at 25. Now runs into the wall just shy of the 30 and gets brought down there.
Tyrus Kudrin on the carry.
The Yellow Jackets with the football. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. So we're working on that clock. Apologize for that, but keeping it as accurate as we can, as we're just over 6 minutes to go.
You're focused on Brazil. I mean, somehow, some way here, I think you're finding a way to watch it. You got somebody across the field giving you updates, but I'm sure for the first time in my life, I think I actually want to cheer for Philadelphia, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
I'm just going to leave that alone. I have not actually looked tonight at my phone to find out yet. You know there's going to be some pomps and circumstance, so that game probably hasn't started. Handoff Not much doing there for the Yellow Jackets. That was Rooney on the carry.
Really important drive here, Jason. You try to respond. You know what the DL can provide offensively. So you want to find a way to work some clock or at least show that you can make some plays. And they did in that first drive. But you want to make sure you find a way to sustain something here as you get lower in the first quarter, just to find a way to make sure that DL knows where you're around. And you just want to keep that positivity and not let anything get any momentum rocking.
Yellow Jackets going to spread things out with 5 wide. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Looking left, Bloom, the pressure comes. And he got swarmed under Nick Buboltz. And the ball comes out. There's a flag on the play as they fight for the football. Lakers come up with it, but I don't think it's...
I think we're going to see a helmet-to-helmet here, Jason. It looked to be that way. I know that looked like it was probably a pretty clean tackle, but I think just kind of the way they both landed, I think Bloom actually kind of tucked his head, and I think it put Buboltz in a tough spot. Obviously, Bloom's a basketball player, so we want to keep him as healthy as possible. But, yeah, he took a tough shot there, but anytime it's helmet-to-helmet these days, you're definitely going to see the flag come out.
And that was the call for the head contact, so that'll bring it all the way out to the 44 for the Yellow Jackets at their own 44-yard line, where it's 1st and 10. And I know there's probably a baseball coach thinking the same thing, too, with Alex Bloom. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right side. Actually 3 now with the way they're set. Bloom in the gun again. Quick drop, fires near side, completes. Quick pass, pitch and catch there. Caught to Tyrus Goudron.
Yeah, you see that quick pass game. One of the problems that's going to be for that, though, is as you get into the game, DL's going to know that you're trying to get to the ball quick. And those corners that are playing cover 2, they're going to go from that 8-yard spot, and they're going to come up even deeper in the flats. And that was a pretty good example of, yeah, we were able to make a play, but that cornerback was right there immediately.
That could potentially set up those double moves if you have time in the pocket.
Yep, the key if you have time. But so far so good when it comes to, besides that last play where Buboltz came out uncontested, we've looked pretty good up front.
Second, we'll call it 5 at the 48. Bloom looking things over. Has time, fires quickly. Detloff on the slant makes the catch. He's going to push forward, pending the spot. He'll be just short. Nice pitch and catch there. Bloom to Detloff for a gain of about 4.
Yeah, that's another great spot. Those two, they talked about it in the pregame. Bloom and Detloff are pretty connected at the hip, not just in the football field, but kind of all the way through ever since Bloom showed up. And Detloff is just such a huge body, and you see that a lot in the NFL and college. When you maybe are in duress, that big-bodied tight end is easy to find, and Detloff does a good job of boxing guys out and finding a way to make a play.
Quick pass again, fired far side, 1st down, Detloff.
Let's make that Ashton Detloff. 1st down, Yellow Jackets.
And it'll be in the Laker territory at the 44.
Brought down by Andy Bartness.
The clock ticks at 3:58. And counting, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets on that quick offense. Head coach Jesse Hine talked about kind of getting the ball into Blum's hands quickly. And they're doing that right now with these quick outs and short slants. Ball all the way on the right hash. Bloom takes a 3-step drop. Now he's going to fire downfield. Looking for Detloff. A lot of contact, but incidental both ways. And there is a flag.
We got
late.
One coming.
Andy Bartness in the coverage.
Penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, that was one where it wasn't necessarily him tugging and grabbing. He just slowly kind of pushed him out of bounds, which is still the same thing. So you can't completely ride them as they go out of the sideline. And we'll take it. That's a good, that's the thing. Detloff makes 2 plays, 4 or 5 yard gains, and then you take that, just like you talked about, that longer shot, and he's such a big body that the corner, was starting to push and tug a little bit, and we get the call to go our way.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets as they mark off the penalty inside the 30 at the 29-yard line here in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets trailing 7-0 behind the Easton Wall touchdown run of 9 yards. Goudron wide left, to the right, Zacharias. Send Griffin in motion. Bloom looking at Griffin. To Griffin. It's complete. Gavin Griffin with the reception out of bounds inside the red zone at about the 10. Another pitch and catch, and the Yellow Jackets moving the sticks through the air. And now we have a timeout called by the Lakers. We'll take a quick break with them. Yellow Jackets driving, but trails 7-0.
Yellow Jackets have a 1st and 10 on their...
Hear that? That's your team here at KLN cheering you on as you go through this crazy journey of life. Having a career that sets you up with a great team to cheer you on can really make a difference. Here at KLN Family Brands, not only do you have a team that's there for you, but you have benefits that will set you up to win every day. With healthcare coverage as low as $25 a month, tuition reimbursement, a $10,000 home loan program for qualified employees, recruiting bonuses, and more. Apply today, build your tomorrow at klnfamilybrands.com.
Well, welcome back to Ted Meinhover Field in the battle for the paddle. Lakers lead 7-0, but the Yellow Jackets are driving. I'm Jason Groth with Kyle Haverman. We thank you for tuning in tonight to the 549 Media Network as we see what the Yellow Jackets come out of the timeout having 1st and goal. No, actually 1st and 10 at the 11. They marked it just outside the 10-yard line.
It's a penalty-aided drive, Jason, but we will take it. I mean, they've done a nice job of making some plays, and really it's been off the arm of Bloom.
Bloom in the gun. Gets the snap. Rolls right, fires right, too strong.
Pass incomplete.
But the pressure was right there on that one.
Coverage there, and the Bartness.
As Bartness, they've been going at that side of the field.
2nd and 10, Yellow Jackets.
Carlson was in the backfield almost immediately, which really blew up that play from the start. We might have got away with a hold there too, as some of his jersey started to come off, but luckily Taylor Foose didn't see it.
Handoff left side. That's Griffin plowing forward. Gets down to about the 5.
On the tackle, Sean Thunstrom, helped out by
Thunstrom and a few others in there. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Gavin Griffin is just such a fun athlete to watch, isn't he?
Everything he does.
I mean, I remember watching him right when I got to Perham when he was a 7th grader and seeing him take pitches to the right and pitches to the left, and I just watched. It would seem like there was 15 Pelican Rapids kids running after him. He's just such an athlete, so I'm glad we're finding a way to showcase him tonight.
Smooth runner is Griffin. Now Bloom rolls out right. Pressure comes, fires the ball into the end zone. It is incomplete. The juggle, unable to keep his feet in bounds as he juggles is Tyrus Goudron. And it's incomplete.
Great effort by Tyrus. It looked like he caught the ball after bobbling it, but by the time he finally caught it, he was out of bounds. But with a cornerback, where I think it was actually a linebacker right in his face guarding him, he found a way to come down with it. Hopefully he gets another chance.
4th and 5. The Yellow Jackets here. And now they're going to take a timeout. They're going to discuss. We'll take a quick break with them.
Timeout.
Yellow Jackets driving but facing 4th down. We'll be right back.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Well, welcome back to Ted Meinhover Field. 4th down for the Yellow Jackets. Cal might put you on the spot a little bit here. Say you're in the shoes of the offensive play caller. What are you thinking about here?
I think you're going to get Bloom moving early with a number of different options. I would say look for him as they have trips on the right. I have a hunch that it's going to find its way back to Detloff on the left.
Now it goes to a tight formation here on the right side. Bloom looks right. There you said now coming left. Bloom looks to fire, drops it off. Touchdown, Ashton Detloff. And the Yellow Jackets strike.
Well, that was my Tony Romo one and only call, but that's not a hard one to figure out. When you kind of try to put him in space, Detloff's just a hard cover. But the great thing about that play is Bloom had to scramble there, actually with his arm and his left hand, moved that loft to the back of the end zone and found a way to get over the top of that linebacker to make a play. So fantastic drive by the Perham Yellowjackets. Hopefully we can find a way to tie this up or actually take the lead.
Yellowjackets going for 2 and the lead. Bloom rolls left, drops, fires left. Pass is complete on a nice leaping catch by Tate Zacharias. And the Yellowjackets take an 8-7 lead.
2:24 remaining in the first period.
Nice drive and a perfect way to finish there for the Yellowjackets.
Yeah, that is as good as it gets when it comes to responding to that drive by DL. A lot of people came into this game wondering if we could, kind of handle some of their big bodies and some of their veterans, and I think we answered it pretty quickly with just our speed guys, and a lot of different players made plays there. You had a basketball player in Tate Zacharias make that was, I think, his first catch of the game. I think it was his first pass attempt towards him. So just a lot of different guys making plays, and biggest thing for it, growth is we took a lot of time off the clock and kept their explosive offense off the field, and now hopefully we got a fresh enough defense that we can get back to it and slow them down.
2:24 officially to go here in the first quarter. The Yellowjackets lead 8-7. Now Borman will kick.
Wall back deep for the
Wall back.
for the Lakers.
Line drive kick. Wall gets it about the 18. Cuts to the right side, gets a couple of blocks, now gets to the corner and gets spun over and tackled there.
Easton Wall on the carry.
Wrapping up Dominic Reyes, and there's a flag away from the play. Right in front of the Yellowjacket sideline.
Lakers will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line.
I didn't see that one, Growth. I didn't see what had happened. Looked like a number of Perham players were happy with the results, so it must be something on DL. I was too busy watching my freshman basketball player run out and grab the tee.
And it was actually against, the indication is the personal foul against the Yellowjackets. Oh, nope, now it's DL. They pointed the wrong way. Or is it going to be just offsetting? Nope.
We have a personal foul on the Lakers.
The personal foul is on the Lakers. I think they pointed it the wrong way initially. It's on the Lakers.
Lakers, pardon me.
2:15 to go in our first quarter. The Yellowjackets in the battle for the paddle lead 8-7. Strand and the Lakers come back out on offense. 2 receivers left, one to the right side. Wall not on the field on that one as the handoff there goes to Ryan Francis, and he gets swarmed under.
Ryan Francis transferred last year, so he's a fantastic athlete. I believe he wrestles too. He actually is originally he was at LPA for his youth, but he transferred to DL, so he probably could have got run last year. But couldn't as with the transfer rules. So look for him to be involved on both sides. I think he's their backup tailback, but they find different ways to get him involved as he's a really good athlete.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Strand looking to fire. Has time, fires over the middle, but it's too strong. Looking for Dawson Von Ruden.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Dawson Von Ruden.
Dawson Von Ruden is cousins with Adam Thielen, so it's no surprise that he was a target there, as they seem to have pretty good hands in that family.
Good bloodline there, as you said. Adam Thielen getting ready to start year number 2 in Carolina.
I can think of other places I'd want to be.
I am thinking he might be thinking the same thing after the last year. 2 receivers right to the left side for Strand in the gun again. Francis is back to the right, quick pass caught by Bartness. He's going to bring it upfield and be just shy of the first down marker. Crosses the 30 to about the 31.
Tate did a nice job. I mean, he was really pinned down by that other receiver, but he found a way, and Tate will run through a wall. I mean, that guy is about as aggressive a player in any sport that he's at. So that was a good play by him. I mean, you put it in a 4th down situation, that's all you can ask for. You can't do that if you don't make that play even after a long game.
Interesting play call here with the Lakers. I know 4th and short, but you're in negative territory. A lot of confidence in that offensive line. Just Strand under center. It goes left side. I don't think they got it. I fell for the fake. They went to Francis, and he didn't get it. And the Yellow Jackets turnover on downs. Perfect field position.
I think Dillbeck and a couple others, but Groth, we talked about it. We thought that the big thing tonight was going to be DL's front line, and that's 2 times in a row here now in big spots that our line is able to find a way to make a play. I mean, obviously DL felt that they have such an advantage up front that they're going for it on their own 30, and so another incredible stop by the Yellow Jackets. Hopefully we can find a way to score off of that momentum.
2 receivers left for Bloom, looking things over. Dillbeck to his left. Rolling left. This play is going to be is coming back no matter what. And the pass is incomplete. There was early movement in the backfield. So now the decision will be to Detroit Lakes. They'll decline or accept it and back them up.
Penalty flag on the play.
They're going to decline it, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
That's why it's interesting when you get that illegal shift like that and the play still continues. You want to still find a way to make the catch or make the play so that you don't give them that option to decline and keep it at 2nd and 10. And at the high school level, that's probably the right call.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Under a minute to go in our first quarter. The Yellow Jackets lead 8-7. Bloom rolls left side. Now the pressure comes. He's going to fire away. Dillbeck in the area. He was swarmed by the whole DL defensive line. And there is a flag here on the near side. It's going to be grounding. The officials will discuss. Dillbeck in the area, but never got past the line of scrimmage. Head coach Jesse Hines didn't want an explanation on this one. They pick up the flag.
No flag on the play.
So the officials discussed, saw I think the same thing we did up here, and took away the intentional grounding.
Yeah, I mean, Dillbeck was right. I mean, he's not very tall. I mean, if it was Detloff over there, he might have been able to get a finger on that thing either. Then obviously it's not grounding. So great call by Taylor Foose to pick up that penalty.
It'll be 3rd and 10. Clock at 35 seconds. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Boom. Rolls to his right side, fires right. Pass complete, Ty Rooney. Flag on the backside though. Another flag here, we'll see what this one's for.
Pass complete to Ty Rooney, but we have a penalty flag on the
Rooney
field.
with a nice catch in traffic.
This is a penalty way away from the play, so I'm a little curious to see what this is. But you saw Bloom get into space there, and yet he's really looking to throw the ball down the field instead of take it on the ground.
An eligible man downfield against the Yellow Jackets.
An eligible receiver downfield for the Yellow Jackets.
So the Yellow Jackets will be backed up 5.
Brings up a 3rd down, 15 for the Yellow Jackets.
That's unfortunate because Ty Rooney made a really good play there, and those two obviously should have a connection with their relation. But, yeah, I mean, you're kind of seeing the opposite of that last drive where we had some calls kind of go our way, and now we've got a couple penalties that have really backed us up into a tough spot.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Go back to Bloom, back to the left of Bloom. Bloom gets the snap. Looks downfield, fires over the middle, trying to make a leaping catch. That one is Gavin Griffin. He met a couple of defenders there, and it's incomplete.
Gavin jumped a little early there. I think he would have had a chance at that play. He just jumped, and by the time the ball actually got to him, he was on his way down.
4th and 15. You're in plus territory at the 35. It's distance. Maybe go for it, hope for a penalty. I know there's really the only thing that gives you an automatic first down, personal fouls, but try to make something happen here, or maybe you use Blum as a quick kick.
Yeah.
Now
Bloom,
he's backing up.
Oh, sorry. Bloom did a lot of that quick kick last week, so look for maybe that to be the case.
And there it is. And it's caught by the Yellow Jackets at the 5. Nice special teams play there. Tyrus Goudron gets underneath it, makes the catch.
Really good execution there. with Tyrus sprinting down the field immediately and then not just kind of turning and hoping. He sprinted almost to the goal line, then turned around and found the ball, almost like he's on DL's team, and made a fair catch. So what a great way to pin them deep and kind of keep the momentum and the way you're doing things, as long as you can continue to contain their offense. The Yellow Jackets have done a great job on both sides of the football so far.
Yellow Jackets lead 8-7. Strand in the backfield in the gun. He's got a running back to his right, 2 receivers right to the left side. Send a man in motion. And Strand's going to fake the handoff, keeping himself, break through the line, drive forward to about the 15.
Blake Berger on the keeper. Brought down by Tristan Larson.
That'll be second down and about 3.
It's the end of our first quarter.
And that will do it for the first quarter.
Detroit Lakes 7, Yellow Jackets 8.
Yellow Jackets take an 8-7 lead. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the second quarter here in the 549 Media Network.
Providing sports medicine for Yellow Jacket athletes. The dedicated team, including
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
We all know you're looking through Zillow trying to find that perfect home. Better question is, have you been pre-approved for it? If you're looking at making a move this year, getting pre-approved is going to be a great first step for you. What a pre-approval is going to do is it's going to set filters on your search and give you realistic expectations on what kind of homes you should be looking for. To get pre-approved, stop in and see us or visit us online at ucbankmn.com. I'm Alec Meyer, I'm a mortgage lender, and let's get ready to move this year.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter. Detroit Lakes with the football. Strand dropping back to pass, firing downfield. Pass is complete to Tyler By for a first down to the 39-yard line. And a big pitch and catch there for the Lakers. And score update, if you're wondering about Brazil, it's a good start for the Pack early on, but it's still scoreless.
39-yard line.
First and 10 for the Lakers. Strand fires right side, complete. Nice catch there by the tight end, Nick Buboltz. Lunged out and grabbed that one.
Really good hands by Buboltz there. They real close to the first down. Looks like it'll be second and short, but talking to some DL people, sounds like Buboltz is one of those guys that coaches dream for when it comes to leadership and pushing others. And so although we obviously want to push up the Yellow Jackets as good as possible, sounds like he's quite the leader, and so really good catch by him.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Strand sends a man in motion, that's Von Ruden. He'll keep it himself on the fake and run straight ahead through the Yellow Jacket secondary into Yellow Jacket territory, down to the 36. Nice powerful run on the keep there by Strand.
You might see the Lakers start to kind of get away from the cute as much as possible and just start to say it's our quarter here to push and lean on them with our strength, and that run was a really good example of that. Look to see more of it.
And that goes to also the number game and depth of the Yellow Jackets. You can tell these Lakers, they got some big beef on that offensive line. Strand drops back, has plenty of time, fires left, intercepted! And the Yellow Jackets with a turnover.
Jaden Borman did just such a wonderful job. As that ball was on its way, he was able to get in front and really get leverage and get on the inside of the receiver and find a way to make a play. But Borman is one of those kids that's really gotten bigger and stronger over the last 6 months. He's only a sophomore, but look to him as the season goes on. As Coach said, they only have 15 guys that really play. When he talked about some of those guys stepping up into some more leadership roles in minutes, look for him to be one of those guys. And he's a basketball player too. He might end up doing that on our side of the court as well.
Borman read that perfectly with the pick, stepped in front. Now pass near side, Coudron complete. He loses the football.
Pass completed to Kairos Coudron.
And it's a turnover. And it's recovered by Easton Wall.
On the play, recovered by the Lakers.
The question is, did Coudron have it long enough? The official on the near side said yes. Poked out, turned over. As just as going to allude to a point of saying about the take-give category, we're now square on that one.
That was a really close one. I mean, it looked like he had turned around. I'm not sure he necessarily had the football, but he kind of made a football move towards the DL sideline. I think that was enough for the ref to say it was in there. And he barely got his foot in there. Credit to the DL corner that was able to find a way to get to the football.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left, 10-18 to go, second quarter. We apologize for the game clock. We're going to just give you a verbal clock the rest of the way. Pass near side, almost intercepted, somehow gets through, and making the catch is Tyler By. As Tyler By through traffic hauls that one in, and the Lakers inside the red zone at the 15.
Those are really tough catches when you got a couple hands right in your face that are kind of swimming through. And he was able to, catch it with his chest. But Tyler By, fantastic athlete, basketball player, can really score it on the basketball side of things. But he's had a couple catches here in the last 4 or 5 plays for DL.
Wall the lone back with Strand. Ball at the 15 left hash. He's going to hand it off to Wall. Wall bounces off a couple of tacklers and now gets brought down. Asher Detloff, one of the many in there, as well as Jack Exey and Jack Wengler.
Jack Wengler
in on that tackle.
Johnny Ramos on that tackle.
So it's going to be 2nd and 5. Yellow Jackets lead 8-7, but a pair of turnovers both ways have set this drive up for the Lakers, and they're looking to capitalize for points off turnovers. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Strand keeps it on the fake to Bartness. Plows forward inside the 10 to about the 8. It'll be 3rd down.
Cash Burke with a fantastic play there, kind of holding his spot as he read the play. Once he realized that Strand held the ball, kept the ball with him, just kind of extended out his left arm and made sure that he got a hand on him, and then was able to actually make the tackle himself. A lot of times those guys are told just to find a way to hold their ground. In that case, he didn't just do that, he also made the play.
To the line of the Lakers. Looking to take the lead in field goal territory on 3rd and about 3. We'll call it 4 on our scoreboard. Strand fakes the handoff. Now fires over the middle. Pass complete. And walking into the end zone for the touchdown is Nick Buboltz. And just like that, the Lakers strike again.
Nick Buboltz on that touchdown.
Yellow Jackets were able to get to the quarterback, and I'm not sure who blitzed there, but we were close. But Strand did a nice job of backing up to kind of extend the play long enough, knowing Buboltz was, probably in that kind of wheel route across the middle and the flat, and that big body was easy to find, and we just couldn't find a way to keep with all those receivers moving left. But mostly that was a play by Strand, keeping that play and letting it develop.
Buboltz for the extra point, and now it's an important extra point at 13-8. Snap spot is not good. Buboltz rolling right, looking to throw. Now throws it, and he's down. Extra point no good. That could loom large as it's 13-8 with 8:12 to go in our second quarter in our first half.
Ryan Francis.
We'll take a quick timeout. The Lakers have taken the lead, 13-8.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Welcome back. Ted Meinhover Field. The Lakers lead 13-8 after the touchdown.
Kicking off for the Lakers, Nick Buboltz.
Buboltz will now kick.
Back deep for the Yellowjackets, Gavin Griffin, Tyrus Kudron.
Kudron and Griffin back deep for the Yellowjackets. Griffin will take this one at about his 5. Run up the middle, not much on the wall. Now gets to the outside, trying to get a block. Gets a couple, cuts forward, past the 25-yard line.
Nice job of finding a way to kind of turn in look like it was going to be back around our 10 and finding a way to get an extra 15 yards out of it.
Your 1st and 10 for the Yellowjackets. Lakers lead 13-8. The Easton Wall touchdown run and a Caden Strand pass has them up. The Yellowjackets answered with an Ashton Detloff reception and a 2-point conversion. Bloom in the gun. He's going to hand it off that time. Ball carrier Sawyer Dillbeck.
Ball carrier Sawyer Dillbeck.
Growth, I think that's going to kind of be who we are this year, which is our passing game is going to allude to our running game, which is normally not the case for most football teams or what they're looking for. But, man, we've thrown the ball a ton so far this first half. So then, if they've been looking for it nonstop, you come out to start the drive and you go Dillbeck up the middle, and they're just not used to it. So that's a good quality drive against those big bodies, mostly because those guys have probably been looking to sack the quarterback more than find a running back.
And Dillbeck's one of those running backs that kind of gives you short, little power, concise running back. Works his way through the line. Now Blum looking to throw. The pass is complete. Kudron near side. At the 30, trying to cut upfield. Gets driven out of bounds at about the 31. Gets a couple on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and manageable, and that's the key. The Yellowjackets are able to stay ahead of the chains for the most part.
You'd like to see Tyrus, as he gets towards the sideline there, just put his head down and see if he can't get that extra couple of yards. Just anytime you're playing a team like this, you want to find a way to get that 1st down and move the chains and kind of keep away from that 3rd and 3, but still a nice pitch and catch.
Bloom fires a pass. It's deflected, but Griffin, like a normal outfielder, kept his eyes on the ball all the way and hauls it in for a 1st down.
Yeah, I'm not sure Griffin made an error all season last year in high school baseball. So as that thing was up in the air and it was up to about 3 guys to catch it, nice job calling that one because he for sure was the one coming down with it.
1st and 10 for the Yellowjackets at the 39. The Yellowjackets now, I think, also going to work that clock. 6:45 to go. You want just a nice time-consuming drive. Hopefully get it to end in points and not let the Lakers have much time with the football. The Yellowjackets will have the ball to start the 2nd half. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Bloom has time now. It's just as I say that, he's going to fire downfield. Just out of the outstretched hands of Ashton Detloff.
Pass incomplete, intended for Ashton Detloff.
And there's that time you lull the defense to sleep with the short little stuff, and now you go deep down the far sideline.
2nd down, 10.
Yeah, looking for Detloff. Had probably the right matchup there, just maybe put a little bit on it. Detloff is fast enough, but he's not one of our speedsters. So maybe throw that up a little bit higher and then let him go get it instead of trying to throw him open. So I'm sure they'll go back to that here shortly. Just hopefully Detloff can cardio is up.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left side. That flag on the play, Yellowjackets moved. Now Bloom looking to roll. Pump fakes, fires across the body. It's complete to Griffin. Has a 1st down. If this play stands, and now he's free into the secondary cross and brought down at the 20, but I believe it's coming back. Yep, and the Whitehead Terfus was already telling the Lakers sideline to hold on as it's coming back. I believe the Yellowjackets moved a little bit early on the left side of the line. That is
illegal shift on
the Yellowjackets, backs them up after the big play.
I think you had a couple of receivers that I think One didn't get on the line, which ended up covering somebody up, and then you get the illegal shift, which takes out a really good play. Bloom really finding a way with his feet to extend the play. What I really like about Bloom, as watching him as a quarterback, typically high school players, as they break the pocket, they are looking to put their head down and run. He's looking for that open guy, and there is a really good example. Griffin's breaking back towards the center of the field, and he makes a really good throw away from across his body right into the chest of Griffin. And then once you get into those playmakers' hands, they're going to make plays. So although it didn't end up the right way, let's hope it's something we can build on here.
2nd and 15. Boom. Plants, fires, looking for Detloff again. What a beautiful pass, but just too far in front of Detloff.
Pass incomplete, intended for Ashton Detloff.
And it's 3rd down and 15. That one is the one you talked about, having the height, but it was just too far.
Yeah, it goes back to Jesse Hine talking about these guys play both ways. They got about 15 guys. That's not normal for a Perham squad. Normally you got a lot of guys that just play one way. So when you're asking a guy like Detloff to run those go routes and then also make plays on the defensive end, you saw that a lot last week with Hawley. By the end of the game, we just looked really, really tired. We were probably the bigger, better team, but we just got so exhausted. We look like we're in better shape tonight, but still we got to find a way to get some other guys to help us out.
Bloom rolls, looks, now fires over the middle. He's got Detloff again. It's complete! Detloff loses the football. Now it's recovered by Detroit Lakes. And Tyler By recovers as they battle for the football, but it is Detroit Lakes football on the turnover.
Ball recovered by the Lakers.
A tough break there for the Yellow Jackets.
Lakers will have the ball 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a tough one. He kind of saw after the catch, he kind of saw the end zone coming in, and sometimes that might make you loosen up. But same thing, he's just ran 2 go routes in the last 4 plays, so maybe he's a little bit tired on the go. One thing I really like there is Jack Wangler just dead sprinted to him afterwards to make sure to pump him up, pick him up off the turf and say, hey, it's all right. We're going to need you later in the game. Keep staying positive. You made the play. You're going to get a chance again. You love to see that, and that will maybe keep his spirits up as we now have to find a way to make a play on the defensive end.
You could say that on the sideline here, too. Alex Bloom right to Detloff, taps his helmet as Detloff now finally gets a little bit of a breather. Handoff, no strand, keeps it, cuts left side, now gets a block to the outside. He's at the 40, now he's at midfield, and he is gone. Touchdown, Caden Strain. He goes to the house.
Touchdown for Caden Strand of the Lakers.
Those are those plays, Jason, especially when you're playing both ways. You have that momentum, you catch that football, it ends up not going your way and you turn it over. Now you got to expect that same group of players to go out there and make a play defensively, and you just see it so often as you have that deflating play compounds into something else. And credit Strand, they got out loose right away, but those turnovers, we've had 2 so far in the second half, or the first half. Both of them have been really, really huge, but we're finding different ways to kind of keep in it. But we're making plays. Quarterback, receiver making plays. We're doing a nice job of keeping guys in front defensively. But at the end of the day, if we keep making self-mistakes here, we're going to find ourselves down.
Strand goes 86, and now the Lakers looking to go for 2. Wall, the hole opens up, and he waltzes in.
Extra point conversion is good. By number 50,
and now it's 21-8 as Walls gets the 2-point conversion.
5 minutes, 27 seconds.
5:27 to go in the second quarter. Lakers up 21-8. We'll take a quick timeout.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction. Your vision, our team.
Well, welcome back to the Ted Meinhover Field. A big momentum switch. Yellow Jackets with a big play, a turnover though. And then Detroit Lakes, one play later, Caden Strand goes 86 yards for the score. Wall converts the try. Now it's 21-8. Bubolts will kick. Goudron and Griffin back deep. Kick on its way from Bubolts. Another strong boot. Backs up Griffin to about the 5. Makes a couple of cuts. Tries to get to the outside, but the Lakers special team all over him, and Griffin gets the 20.
A quick Packers update for you. Jordan Love has 6 interceptions and has been benched for Mike Tomczak. Mike Tomczak is now in the game. No, they're up 3-0 and looking to drive. But for us here, that's kind of the MO of our squad. You see a lot of those guys that just got done sprinting after a quarterback on the defensive end are all sprinting out on the offensive end. So hopefully we can maintain and we're not getting too tired and we can get to halftime with a little bit of break here. But a big play would be huge for this Yellow Jackets crew.
5:20 to go, second quarter. Quick pass near side. Goudron makes the reception, hauls it in, drives forward out at about the 28-yard line. Nice pick of about 8 on the play.
You can tell early in downs, Bloom is liking to get the ball out to Tyrus, hoping to make one of those big splash plays. And as long as Tyrus is catching the ball, Bloom's going to keep feeding him. And he can really scoot. He's incredibly fast. You saw he did have the fumble, but as long as he can keep the ball in his hands, man, he can really get out in space, and it's hard to catch him.
Nice spot. Actually gives him 3 more than I thought he got. So it's 1st and 10 across the 30-yard line. I was shocked when you said that the Packers hit a field goal. That's been an issue with the new kicker. And in true, I had to pick him up for my fantasy football team. 2 receivers left, one on the right side. Bloom rolls, looks. Now he's got to find a way to get rid of it. Pump fakes, now does. And it's incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
There wasn't any receivers on this side of the field. The play was probably looked like it was maybe a broken play, supposed to go to the left side of the field and into the wide side of the field. And Bloom Detloff started sprinting over there, and Bloom's like, God, somebody's got to give me some help. So he did a nice job of just continuing to back up, and then he made sure that the throw was long enough to not get that grounding penalty.
5:07 to go, second quarter. We'll try to get some score updates from around the area for you at halftime. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left side. Goudron splits. Now Bloom rolling to the near side, firing over across his body for Detloff. It's complete across midfield, and Detloff goes down at the 45-yard line. But you could see what the Laker defense was trying there. Von Ruden was trying to punch that ball away, but Detloff goes down with it to the 45 and a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
You saw Detloff the second he caught that thing, really held with both hands and went down quicker probably, and that's typically how it goes after you've had it happen to you once. So nice to see him back in the game and making plays, but that's kind of what Ashton Detloff does.
I would say nice sign. The Yellow Jackets went right back to him after the turnover. Now they got 3 receivers left. Bloom looking things over. That's time. Now the late rush comes. He rolls out to his right. Fires across to Detloff. Detloff hauls that one in as well. And it'll be 2nd and 3 after the reception. As Bartness was there.
You're really seeing Bloom get into a groove here, right? It doesn't really matter if they're coming at him early or moving him around the pocket, or there you saw him have to spin around. He just has such a good arm, and he puts it on a good spot where only his guys can catch it. And, he's been a starting quarterback for a long time, and I've always been, since he's shown up here, I've been just such a humongous Alex Bloom fan. You would swear he's been here since kindergarten, and he has been here at times and moved, but he's just such a fantastic kid. I love having him around on the basketball court, and, man, watching him out here live playing football, there's a lot to look at.
Bloom pumps, now takes it down, now rolls right, fires right, tries a teardrop pass to Rooney. It's incomplete. I was going to touch on that. I had the privilege and honor of having Alex Bloom around this summer for the Perham Pirates, and he just started in the middle of the field for us, and a great kid and a fun guy to be around with, as you said.
What's really unique, too, is normally a guy that moves in, junior year after the football season, you're like, it's going to be kind of wild for these guys to kind of take him in, or they might let him in but not let him in a leadership role. He has quickly turned into a huge leader here in Perham in 3 different sports, and that's really what's been fun to see.
There's a veteran play on the low snap, picks it up, notices that no one was really coming up the middle, so he secured the ball, ran forward, got the first down.
And that's what's huge, right? He's been constantly passing the ball in spaces. He's been running around like crazy. He's been passing it. Well, now, that probably allows him then when things do break down or a bad snap like that, he can use his legs because he's got it, and maybe those linebackers and those receivers are still, or those linebackers and those corners are still sticking with receivers and tight ends, and allows him to get up the field.
3 minutes to go, second quarter. Yellowjackets looking to cut in the lead here at the drive. Boom, gets the snap, looks left. Now he's going to roll to his right. Has time, fires it to Detloff. It's complete. Nice job by Detloff. Good coverage by Bartness on the play, but an even better throw from Bloom.
Another first down for the Yellowjackets.
Can't wait to see Ron Burns' official stance after this contest tonight to see the numbers that Bloom and Detloff are putting up together. As it's 1st and 10 at the 16 for the Yellowjackets.
It's been Detloff recently, but Bloom's found different guys to get it to. But great spot for us to be in here with, I see 2:27 left. Hopefully we can keep sustaining this drive.
Bloom looking, firing. The pass was knocked down in the middle. He was looking for Zacharias, and it's incomplete with 2:19 to go.
Growth, I think that was probably best that one was deflected. There was a safety sitting back there in their cover too. That was looking, waiting for that pass to take place. So might have been a little break there for us.
2nd and 10, Yellowjackets thought for a moment we're going to take their time to the line, but now they're quick to it. Detloff single coverage here on the near side. They're going to hand it off. Bouncing it off outside. Dill back, and he gets tripped up inside the 10 to about the 9.
Sire Dill back on the carry.
Nice little surprise run there from the Yellowjackets. Makes it 3rd down, and that's where in this area you want to eat up some clock. I know you need points, but you don't really want to give the Lakers the ball back.
The other thing with that too, Jason, is this is 4-down territory. So whenever you can, take a chunk of yards out there, knowing it's kind of hard for our brains to wrap around. We're used to NFL football there. You're like, well, that's a passing down. Well, in that case, they know they're going for it on 4th if they have to. So they put themselves in a much better position in a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4. And if they can't make a play, same thing. You're looking at a 4th and 5 instead of those longer downs.
And now the Yellowjackets going to work this clock down and take that timeout. Head coach Jesse Hines along with the side judge here, waiting for the clock and the game clock, and there is the timeout called by the Yellowjackets.
Timeout.
So we'll take it with them. Yellowjackets driving, but trailing 21-8.
Hey, it's Tucker again. Did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
Out of the timeout, Yellowjackets face 3rd and 4. Clock shows 1:19 to go. As they come to the line. Ball at about the 9-yard line, we'll call. Bloom fires pass near side, incomplete. Bartness got in front of Detloff and the football. It'll be 4th down and 4.
Bartness called that play from the get-go. He completely face guarded right off. Did not bite on any sort of space there, and I think it actually hit Bartness's back. It was so well covered.
If he turned around, it would have reminded you of the Russell Wilson interception in the Super Bowl. That type of play there. 4th down and 4 for the Yellowjackets.
Didn't the Seahawks beat the Packers in order to get to that Super Bowl?
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Weren't you guys up a lot that game and then gave it away?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me on that one, Kyle. Appreciate that. I still haven't really fully recovered from that. 2 backs in the backfield with Blum. Blum's going to roll to his right. Looking right. The receiver was just hauled down, and now he slips and falls down. They're going to say it was incidental or slipping on the grass to the one receiver as he went down. Blum slips too, and turnover on downs gives it back to Detroit Lakes.
That's always a tough one because it's 4th down, so you want to make sure you at least chuck the ball in the air and give somebody a chance, but there just was nobody around. And he was trying to extend the play a little bit, but there was just too many Lakers around as he turned around, and then he lost his footing. But good quality drive. We would have loved to get some points out of it, but a lot of positives to take out of that as they get to the break, and hopefully can hold them here and get us to the break in a decent spot.
1:11 to go. Lakers have 2 timeouts remaining. Strand has time, looking deep in traffic, in and out of the hands of Zacharias and Andy Bartness on the way down. Zacharias thought he had an interception, in and out of his hands.
Yeah, that's one where he read it right away. The ball gets thrown in the sky. It's a Friday night, and there's a ball flying right at you, and you just got to find to make a play. But it almost became too perfect for him to make that play. But good way to knock it down, find a way to get out of this half without any more points.
1:04 to go. Strand again in the gun. Looks, pumps, fires, far side for Von Ruden, too high. Well, now, if you're the Yellowjackets and you get a stop here on 3rd down, you might have some time to work with on offense with 1 minute to go, depending what Detroit Lakes selects to run here.
We do have 1 timeout left, too, and in with high school rules and getting 1st down, stopping the clock. Yeah, I like that idea.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right side, 1 back in the backfield. Strand looking. Now he's going to pull it down, roll left, crosses the 20, runs out of bounds, and the official on the near sideline went to what normally would be the flag, but said it was continuation. So out at the 25. Larson brought him down. They marked it to 24. That stops the clock. And it's now 4th down and 5.
Larson's got to be smarter than that. That easily could have been a 15-yard penalty to extend their drive, and instead of them punting, would have found a way to get points there. Regardless of where he would have ended up there, he wasn't going to get the 1st down. You just want to make sure you kind of guide him out and not make that major push. So good thing it was continuation, but very, very close one to call. I wouldn't have been shocked. It looked like he grabbed the flag and then changed his mind.
Bulbolt's the kick. He's got a big leg. Griffin back at his 35-yard line. And Bulbolt's with a beauty. Fair catch called by Griffin at the 37. They'll say the 36.
I was watching him in warm-ups, and he was kicking those consistently with a couple of even longer ones. So that's a weapon to have in high school football. If you have, just the normal high school football, you're looking at us, normal high school punter, you'd look at us having the ball around the 50 or even in their territory. So pretty big play there for them. Makes it a little bit harder to decide as Coach Hine has to make this decision. All right, do we want to really air it out here, or do we want to find a way to get to the half?
And the Yellowjackets do get the ball to start the second half. So years past, people have heard me talk about my favorite thing is a 2-for-1 possession type thing here, but 45.4. Looks like the Yellowjackets might be thinking the same way. Bloom drops back, pressure comes through the middle. Rolls left now. Fires across the far side. Zacharias in the area, goes out of bounds.
It's really tricky here to call-wise. I mean, Bloom already probably has, 20 attempts, maybe more than that?
I would say more.
And so, that's a lot to ask, especially he plays defense too. So it's kind of tricky when you're trying to get to this end of this half. You feel like you're in a decent spot. You'd love to have more points, but we'll see what happens here in these next couple of plays.
Handoff Griffin. Now he cuts back to the right side. Gets swarmed under at the 42. Now some extracurriculars away from the play. Officials just let them sort that out. It'll be 3rd down and 5. One of those coaching moments or officiating moments.
I think it's the battle for the paddle, so the official decided to just pretend it wasn't happening. This is a veteran crew that's done a number of battle for the paddles and knows this area of football very well. Number of them officiate basketball as well, so they know this. Looks like we're letting her go to halftime.
And that's what we'll do at half.
Detroit Lakes 21.
It's Detroit Lakes leading this one by a score of 21-8. We'll come back with your halftime show here on the 549 Media Network.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Hear that? That's your team here at KLN cheering you on as you go through this crazy journey of life. Having a career that sets you up with a great team to cheer you on can really make a difference. Here at KLN Family Brands, not only do you have a team that's there for you, but you have benefits that will set you up to win every day. With healthcare coverage as low as $25 a month, tuition reimbursement, a $10,000 home loan program for qualified employees, recruiting bonuses, and more. Apply today, build your tomorrow at klnfamilybrands.com.
Hey, it's Tucker again. Did you know? DOT Insurance Agency.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this as I'm a 5th generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community that, you know, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
New Horizons Realty is a full-service real estate company who has been helping buyers and sellers in Lakes Country for over 25 years. They understand the local market conditions because they are from here, live here, and have lifelong careers in real estate. Get a free estimate with an experienced, local, laid-back, and friendly agent that's a part of a team you can trust and will go to work for you. Visit permrealestate.com or call 218-346-7767 to speak with Chad and his dedicated team at New Horizons Realty in Perm.
Welcome back here on the 549 Media Network. We're at halftime. Detroit Lakes leads the Yellowjackets by a score of 21-8. And Kyle, it was a fun first half, but a couple of big plays for Detroit Lakes ends up being the difference right now in that first half.
Yeah, it comes down to those. Main thing is, when did those big plays come? They both came after Perham turnovers. And so that first one, you know, we found a way to turn them over, and then we get it out on the outside and turn it right back over. That's a deflating play. They scored 2 plays later. We make a big play on a long pass. We fumble the football. It happens. And then they come back with the longest play of the game. So there's reasons why the guys like Nick Saban and those guys, the only thing they ever really talk about is the turnover margin, and it's kind of shown its face so far. Other than that, other than those things, Perham's really held their own. The scoreboard hasn't really shown it because of those couple of big plays, but they've done a nice job. We looked at it. We looked it up at the end of the break there, and Bloom has 29 pass attempts in the first half. That's a lot for an NFL game. That's certainly a lot for a high school game. So it's hard to really blame him because he's making a lot of plays, but you just wonder if as that continues to go on, if he starts to wear down a little bit, if suddenly that ball does start going a little bit more errant than it has. But I know Bloom is a gamer, but if he's looking at right now currently 60 passes, that's typically not a great recipe, but they know kind of what they have to do because DL's so big up front.
And that's kind of the key is, Jesse Hine kind of touched on that, it was going to be their kind of their running game. Some teams that struggle with the running game go to that short passing game. And I was thinking maybe here's a time and opportunity, maybe get some toss sweeps out to Griffin on the outside. Find ways to try to get him on the outside as much as you can.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. We haven't really done, the Yellowjackets haven't done that a ton so far. And maybe that's the plan, is to open them up a little bit with the passing game. We talked about that earlier in the broadcast. We've done a nice job of kind of keeping those linebackers on their toes and going backwards because we're passing it consistently. We're passing it 29 times in the first half. So now as they kind of naturally want to fade back and look, especially with that cover two, maybe that will open up some of those running lanes. And we have too much speed to not get it on the outside. And so I like that idea. Instead of Bloom having to take the load, let's let Gavin Griffin do a lot of that in the second half.
The next opponent for the Yellowjackets is next week at East Grand Forks. They earned a 14-0 victory tonight over Little Falls. So East Grand Forks is starting strong, off to a 2-0 start on the year, and some score updates of games going around tonight as we stroll through this Minnesota Score Feed app, which is an outstanding app. And Morris area, Chicago, Alberta leads Thief River Falls 29-0 at the end of the first half. And in the second half, one that might open some eyebrows, Fergus Falls leads DGF by a score of 20-3 in the second quarter with 7 minutes to go in that one in the second quarter. So that one is going to keep some eyes peeled. So as we look at some scores in 3A across the area, that one I think is a little bit of a stunner because just how good DGF has been the last few years.
Yeah, and you just never know. You get to these first couple of games, you sometimes can figure out, maybe a team doesn't have maybe as much as normal. But with Coach Soderberg over in DGF, that hasn't been the case. They've just been good all the time. And so maybe there's something going, but we know Fergus Falls has a ton of athletes this year. On the basketball side of things, they got one of their best teams they've had in a really long time. So a number of those guys are athletes on the football team, so that could be it too.
Hawley on the other side, the team that the Yellowjackets knocked off last week, they lead 21-0 at the end of the first half over Frazee in some score updates. And now we just got another text saying DGF is actually up on Fergus Falls 23-20 at the half. So I'd like to thank that one coming in quickly there, as it's 23-20 now on the update there. So
well, we did update ourselves then. We should have known Coach Soderberg still had a good squad over there at DGF.
We'll take a break here as the Lakers lead 21-8 here on the 549 Media Network.
We all know you're looking through Zillow trying to find that perfect home. Better question is, have you been pre-approved for it? If you're looking at making a move this year, getting pre-approved is going to be a great first step for you. What a pre-approval is going to do is it's going to set filters on your search and give you realistic expectations on what kind of homes you should be looking for. To get pre-approved, stop in and see us or visit us online at ucbankmn.com. I'm Alec Meyer, I'm a mortgage lender, and let's get ready to move this year.
Hear that? That's your team here at KLN cheering you on as you go through this crazy journey of life. Having a career that sets you up with a great team to cheer you on can really make a difference. Here at KLN Family Brands, not only do you have a team that's there for you, but you have benefits that will set you up to win every day. With healthcare coverage as low as $25 a month, tuition reimbursement, a $10,000 home loan program for qualified employees, recruiting bonuses, and more. Apply today, build your tomorrow at klnfamilybrands.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Since 1980, more families have depended on Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. Whether it's buying or selling, Chivers delivers. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. My goal is to show you that great service doesn't go out of style like garden gnomes. At Jack Chivers Realty, we make the buying and selling process simple and stress-free. We're dedicated to guiding you through every step with ease. Find out how Chivers delivers for yourself. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Well, welcome back once again to the Ted Meinhover Field. I'm Jason Gold, Kyle Haberman. We're still at halftime. Lakers lead this one by a score of 21-8. And Kyle, as we take a look at the second half, halftime adjustments will be key for both squads.
Yeah, my concern is kind of, I think, the same concern you have in regards to the Yellowjackets. If we can sustain that, you have a group of about 12 that have played consistently on both sides of the football. Will that kind of the strength of Detroit Lakes and kind of those guys that only play one way, and they only have about 4 guys that really do play both ways all the time, will that start to show its face and will we wear down a little bit? I think you're going to probably see similar things where it's putting it on the hands and the arm of Alex Bloom to make plays. There's a lot of guys around him that can help him out, and so he's done a fantastic job this first half of kind of running around. We just, as I said just a couple of seconds ago, can he sustain that for that long? Hopefully we can. In regards to Detroit Lakes, I think you're going to probably see them really use some of those guys like Strand and Buboltz, those bigger guys that have been around for a long time, and probably try to wear on us a little bit. And so it'll be interesting. Kind of what I said early in the game. I think we're going to be told know a lot with that first 4 minutes.
I think 2 players are going to have a big second half for the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be Gavin Griffin and Ty Rooney offensively, and I think Detloff's going to continue to be consistent as a go-to guy for the Yellow Jackets. I really expect those 3 to have a big half for the Yellow Jackets. We're moments away again from the start of the second half. Got a few more minutes, and then they'll start the clock up for the final time to get ready for the second half. Yellow Jackets trailing 21-8. We'll see how they come out after halftime. You know, you touched on it a little bit in their halftime show. Alex Bloom's arm, 29 pass attempts. That's not counting the ones that include penalties that have been called back as well. So 29 official pass attempts in this contest. And you know, he's been running a lot and chucking the ball a lot tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we play East Grand Forks. Do you think that East Grand Forks has had 29 pass attempts in the last 10 years of their program?
I would have to venture to take the under on that one.
Next week will be quite the battle of different ways to play football.
It definitely will be. You know, East Grand Forks, they like what they do and they do it well. And we saw that the last few years here at the Ted Meinhover Field a few times.
Yeah, I mean, you watch those games and I've been on the sidelines. I did the chains for a couple of them, and yeah, they do. I mean, they have a philosophy of what they do, and it's not the most exciting brand of football, but you know they've accepted that and they've won a lot of games doing it. So I don't want to jump to next week quite yet, but I was just thinking about that when we have, like you said, with penalties, we've had our guy was thrown over 30 times in the first half.
And you look at some of those penalties tonight, the Yellow Jackets, there's ones that you know they're going to focus on right away because it hasn't been the personal foul type penalties. It's been the pre-snap penalties at the snap, the illegal shift, illegal formation type penalties tonight. Again, we're still a few minutes away from the opening kick. I believe they still, or the second half kickoff, I believe they still have the extra 3 minutes to put on the clock that they usually do, which is weird. Instead of just putting 15, they have them do 12 and then the additional 3. That's for another day, though.
Yeah, that'd be new for me. Sometimes people, we overthink things as stuff. I head down to the Coaches Association meeting tomorrow for the fall meeting, and it's pretty much 2 hours of that, of people overthinking things with all kinds of crazy ideas, including instead of going 15 minutes, going 12 and 3.
And that's right now. They're waiting for that to be put on the clock, and now it is. So that'll give us a chance to take one last timeout before the start of the second half. We thank you for tuning in here on the 549 Media Network.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Hear that? That's your team here at KLN cheering you on as you go through this crazy journey of life. Having a career that sets you up with a great team to cheer you on can really make a difference. Here at KLN Family Brands, not only do you have a team that's there for you, but you have benefits that will set you up to win every day. With healthcare coverage as low as $25 a month, tuition reimbursement, a $10,000 home loan program for qualified employees, recruiting bonuses, and more. Apply today, build your tomorrow at klnfamilybrands.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Welcome back once again to Ted Meinhover Field. I'm Jason Groth with Kel Haberman. We get ready for the third quarter, which should be another exciting half of action between the Lakers and the Yellowjackets. The Lakers lead 21-8. The quick scoring recap for you tonight. It started with a 9-yard run by Easton Wall, made it 7-0, and the Yellowjackets came back. Alex Bloom to Ashton Datloff on a 7-yard pass. They converted the 2-point conversion to make it 8-7. Then it was Strand connecting with Nick Buboltz on an 8-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was no good, as there's a bobbled snap, and then Buboltz was tackled. But then the big play of that second quarter, an 86-yard touchdown run by Caden Strand. The 2-point conversion was converted to make it 21-8, and that's where we stand right now. As we get ready for the third quarter here in the 549 Media Network, we thank you for tuning in once again. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage here tonight, as we've had a lot of fun bringing the action to you tonight here from Perham.
The temperature definitely has dropped as well, so maybe you'll see a little bit more of that trenches stuff. I think Detroit Lakes will probably use a lot of wall here. You saw that last week with him. He finds different ways to get the football, and he's just such a strong dude on both sides of the football.
Buboltz to kick. Griffin and Kudron back again. They're about to 5. And it's booted, and they'll go into the end zone. And the Yellowjackets will take a touchback.
Touchback.
Any more good jokes about the Packers in Brazil right now?
I should hold back as best I can. I typically try to leave those when I'm walking by your office in the morning, particularly after I thought last year this was going to be this big rebuilding year. Obviously, early in the year, I was heavy and often with my Packers jokes, and by the end, you had the last laugh. So looking at the Vikings season this year going into it, I'm probably going to keep my mouth shut.
Handoff there on the end around. They go to Kudron. Nice move, make a couple of guys miss, and drives upfield. Nice run there by Tyrus.
There's a penalty here, looking like maybe a face mask or something late. The flag came in very late, but that was a nice job. Seta Tyrus going towards the sidelines. He made that L1 jump back to the left and got upfield, which made a huge, ended up getting us the extra yardage on the penalty as well.
And the face mask is the penalty. Gives the Yellow Jackets a first down at the end of the play to the 31-yard line. Now with the L1, have you happened to play college NCAA 25?
Jason, I have 3 children, so no, I have not.
Roll out to the right, Bloom. Pump fakes now, drops the teardrop for Detloff. It's incomplete, and there's a flag. And a couple of them. Going to be pass interference.
And there's just probably their connection. When you go to that connection all the time, you see that with a lot of quarterbacks and tight ends or big-bodied guys, is he's made enough plays where you see the D-backs and the linebackers for Detroit Lakes, they feel like they got to jump that early route, so then they get themselves out of position, and they put themselves in a place to get a penalty because they think they're beat deep. And that one probably wasn't going to be caught, but he's caught enough of them that forced him he did turn around, and a great start for the Yellow Jackets so far in the second half.
Penalty moves it to the 46-yard line, as it's not a spot foul in high school. It's just a 15-yard penalty. Ends up being a first down as it moved across the sticks. Boom, empty backfield, fires, pass complete. Kudron dives forward across midfield to about the 47.
Complete to Tyrus Kudron.
It'll be 2nd and 6. Or 4, excuse me, on the gain of 6.
7-yard pickup. Moving up to 2nd and 3 for the Yellow Jackets.
Getting themselves in these short downs allows the playbook to really open up here. Now, they've been passing the ball all game, but really if you maybe expect like a kind of a tricky play here, a lot of times coaches when they get in these positions, they like to kind of go to the back of the playbook when it's 2nd and 3. So look for maybe something funky here or maybe just something normal.
Boom. Fumbles the snap, picks it up though. Keeps his poise. Now rolls right ahead time. Fires the off-balance pass on the way back, coming back for it, but it's incomplete. Was Kudron.
Pass incomplete.
Lost his footing, was trying to come back, and it's incomplete. Almost made a spectacular catch, though.
Great job by the dogs up front for Perham. Really kept a clean pocket there. Bloom was almost used to scrambling for his life, and that one he started to scramble and realized, no, I got a clean pocket here. And then later as it collapsed, just kind of unloaded one there, and Tyrus had a great chance to make a play. But those are tricky plays coming back to there. And like you said, I think he lost his footing a little bit, and the ball almost ended up hitting him in the face mask more than anything.
His pocket presence of Alex Bloom, like you said, it's so poised there. You mentioned you thought it was losing it for a second, but then realized the pressure wasn't there, stayed in there. And you're talking about a guy that's been pressured a lot tonight to have that poise to stay there. Now the pressure comes up from everywhere. Boom. Eludes one tackler. Now fires a pass over the middle. It's intercepted. Andy Bartness. And he's got room to run. Cuts back now. Cuts through and gets tripped up at about the 20-yard line. And a late flag. Bartness with the interception and a game-changing play for the Lakers.
Yeah, and we talked about it at halftime. He scrambled and ran around for his life, and credit to him to not take the sack deep, and that's probably the best way to just throw it up there. But sooner or later, if you're going to make this many pass attempts, you're going to end up throwing one to the wrong team. So unfortunately, it ended up being a long comeback that didn't allow you to kind of get your defense in. They're going to have very short yardage. Looks like something happened after the play. Maybe a taunting, something like that, or maybe it looked like it was quite a bit after the play. So that might help us out a little bit. But yeah, sooner or later that was bound to happen. Looked like it was maybe going to be a highlight reel play. Instead, the Perham defense is going to have to really hunker down here and find a way to stop them and keep them at least to a field goal.
Bartness with the pick. The unsportsmanlike penalty backs up the Lakers, but they still have outstanding field position. Handoff to Wall, and he's going to drive some defenders forward to about the 20. And that's where you're at in this point of game where the Lakers are going to just rely, I think, on just now grounding and grinding out that defensive front.
5-yard pickup.
Yeah, got to find a way here if you're the Yellow Jackets to make a play. Something like that, when he's getting held up like that, you might have to find a way to punch out the football and get it back. You know, in order for us to find a way back into this football game, those are going to have to happen, because if not, just as you just said, you have a hunch that DL's just going to kind of stick to the ground game, and it might be hard for us to keep them down from keeping that 4 or 5 yard gains per carry.
Ball in the gun with Strand taking the snap at quarterback. Strand drives forward, and a late flag and a first down, but we'll see what the flag is. It's in that area of holding, but it was way downfield. It could be a face mask too. Well, the Lakers fans are yelling, "You can't do that," so the indication's against the Yellow Jackets. Personal foul on the Yellow Jackets.
I didn't see that one, Growth. It looked like it was within the play, so I don't know if it was a targeting with your helmet, if he kind of jumped in late in the play. I didn't see it, but it certainly looked like it was within the form of the game and not something that was said or done after the play.
We have a Yellow Jacket player down. We'll take a quick timeout as they tend to him.
Since 1980, more families have depended on Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. Whether it's buying or selling, Chivers delivers. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. My goal is to show you that great service doesn't go out of style like garden gnomes. At Jack Chivers Realty, we make the buying and selling process simple and stress-free. We're dedicated to guiding you through every step with ease. Find out how Chivers delivers for yourself. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Welcome back to the Ted Meinhover Field. Yellow Jackets backs against the wall right now. Lakers driving, first and goal inside the 10. We'll say it looks like the 8. Rand hands it off to the outside, another flag. Now they wrap up wall and blow the play dead. I'll see what this one is. Lakers backing up a little bit. Face mask on the Laker offensive front.
That's a big penalty there, because you have DL kind of using their power and pushing things downhill, and now put themselves in a position for a longer down, and gives really, especially when it's from the goal, when it's first and goal now, that puts the Yellow Jackets in a much better spot to maybe even get the Lakers to get out of what they were doing and maybe take a more high-risk play.
Strand, quick pass near side, complete. Getting wrapped up by Griffin, but break it free. There's Tyler Bye. She breaks the tackle on the near sideline.
Bye's done a nice job of breaking a lot of tackles today. I think actually what we saw there is the Perham Yellowjacket defenders there doing what we talked about, which is they were looking more towards the football and trying to get a turnover than they were actually wrapping up. And what that ended up doing is creating probably 6 or 7 more yards.
It is third and goal. Ball at the 11, it looks like. Two receivers right, one to the left side. Strand in the gun's got Wall to his left. Looks right, fires right, pass complete. Making one man miss there. I believe it was Von Ruden. And it was Von Ruden. It'll be fourth and goal. And a big play here for this one.
Great play by Tristan Larson there, just attacking after the initial defender missed, just straight downhill and made sure to take him down. And Tristan really gets downhill on the defensive end. He's a fun player to watch defensively. And so same thing here, couple big plays, keep this within in them from just marching down and getting a touchdown. This is for sure the play of the game here, Jason. Hopefully we can find a way to make a play.
We apologize there. We had some streaming issue. We hoping we'll get that fixed here. We got a timeout. We'll take a break quick.
Thank you to Perham and
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction. Your vision, our team.
Welcome back. We apologize for that. We think we have that squared away now. Thank you for alerting us as we get ready to go for this 4th and goal coming up.
Growth, there's like 75 people in this press box, and I think they're all using the internet. So it's not a shocker that we're maybe having a little bit of internet usage. It's like being in DL around the 4th of July trying to get your phone to work. There's just too many people around in here.
As it's now 4th and goal.
fourth down goal for the Lakers.
3 receivers right for Strand. 1 left. Looks right, fires right, pass complete. Driving but not getting to the end zone was Von Ruden. It'll be a turnover and downs, and the Yellow Jackets will have it.
Just an absolutely great job by our linebacker, or the outside linebacker, getting out there into that space, not trying to go in a super attack. He knew, hey, all I have to do is prevent him from getting to the goal line. Kept him in front, knew, hey, I'll give up some of these yards, but I'm just going to wrap up, hold on for dear life, and know that at some point I can get him out of bounds. And so great stop for the Yellow Jackets. Look for us to maybe open it up here when we're so far deep in our own end zone. Looks like we're going in bunch. I wonder if we're not doing this as a little bit of trickery.
Handoff straight ahead. Move the pile, make it 2nd and about 8. Clock kicking at 7:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter,
Brings up a 2nd and 8 for the Yellow Jackets.
You see Bloom sprinting to Coach Hine to get the play call. You could almost tell in Bloom's demeanor, he's like, I've done enough running today, Coach. Can you please just have a receiver come in and give me the play? But he's been a gamer all night, and so let's see what they can do here on 2nd and 8.
Again with that bunch formation. Go to the left side that time. I believe that's Zeise or Rooney is my guess. Looking at the size of the ball carrier.
Carson Zeiss.
That is Zeise.
Yeah, strong sophomore. Looks like Blooms has a little bit of a limp here. If you watch him on the broadcast, I know we don't have a very close camera angle, but looks like he's maybe hobbling a little bit in his stride. So hopefully he's okay, but you can't really blame him as much as he's been out there. Might have happened after that interception too, because he was sprinting towards it to try to get him down. So keep an eye on that here as the game goes on.
3rd down. Bloom's going to roll. Pressure's coming. Now fires across the body of the other side. Detloff in the air. It's incomplete.
Intended for Ashton Detloff.
That was a set design play there to try to get everybody off to the wide side of the field. Detloff started off on the right side end position and then sprinted left. They tried to get everybody on the outside and then swing it back. That's a hard throw for a high school quarterback to step and plant, and what you saw him do is he just kind of didn't have enough time. He turned, chucked it, and really wasn't even in the vicinity of Ashton Detloff.
6:18 to go, 3rd quarter. Yellow Jackets to kick it away, and Detroit Lakes will have outstanding field position no matter the result. Bloom gets it away quick. He'll take a roll, and it will die down at about the 41.
Lakers will take over.
Lakers will have it 1st and 10 at the 41 of the Yellow Jackets. Winning the field position battle right now in the 2nd half for the Lakers. And that's one of the keys. That drive, the Lakers did not score on the 4th and goal, but you pin the Yellow Jackets deep. You really don't have many options in the playbook except try to create space, but it ends up playing out here now in this possession. you have excellent field position at the 42.
Were you still a little surprised there that we didn't go? We've been spreading them out nonstop and going in the shotgun. For us we must have just had a package that we were looking for to maybe get them a little off balance considering the place and where the ball was at. But it seemed a little bit different for them to kind of go from what they were doing with this much time in the game.
Reverse, come back near side. There's a flag in the backfield. Von Ruden on the carry. And he gets wrapped up and driven out of bounds at the 42. And the pace of this game, it's been unique tonight, to put it that way. That's a hold on the Lakers. The Yellow Jackets are going to...
Anytime you run those reverse plays, you're asking your linemen to do a lot there because they're, for 1 second, holding one way and then they're turning, that guy goes. You're just naturally, that guy's changing directions. It's just very natural for them to grab a jersey, and you're right in front of the main judge, the main official. It's hard not to get those occasionally. So another good thing for the Yellow Jackets, getting them in that kind of 1st and 20 spot, and keeps them away from just that kind of ground and pound game as you see Strand in the shotgun.
Strand hands off. No, he pulls it out and keeps it and runs straight ahead, gets the penalty yards back. And gets all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. So he gains 11.
Yeah, option play there. We were in the backfield, but Strand did a nice job of holding, letting the defensive tackle make the tackle on the wrong guy and held on to the ball and really had a really clear lane for about 5 yards.
2nd down and 10 for the Lakers at the Yellow Jacket 41 at the original line of scrimmage. I'm going to send 2 receivers right, 1 to the near side. Now make that 2 over here as Bye comes in to the slot area. Handoff, Francis cuts right, now comes back left and goes down at the 35.
Ryan Francis, the ball carrier.
Our end got chucked there. We were in a tough spot. Ty Rooney came up and made a really good play to keep that from being a huge gain. So credit to him for getting that initial block off, jumping back into the play because he was not necessarily the guy that was supposed to make that tackle, so good for him. I'm also a huge Ty Rooney fan.
He brings a lot of energy in everything that he does.
Yeah, to life.
And Strand on the keep, straight ahead, has the 1st down. Griffin brings him down inside the 25 to the 24, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Lakers. And this is kind of, I think, what people expected to see from Detroit Lakes, starting to kind of just grind down the Yellow Jacket front.
Yeah, I got a number of text messages at halftime, and that's kind of what they all read. They all said the same thing. Hey, Perham's doing some nice things. Man, Bloom's making plays. But at the end of the day, I think you're going to see the strength of DL kind of grind them down, and you're exactly right. That's what it's kind of looked like here as the games went on.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left side. Strand pump fakes. Now firing downfield, has Bartness. He dives, he hauls it in, touchdown for Bartness, but he's hurt on the play. A nice diving catch by Andy Bartness, but he is hurt.
I apologize to the DL fans as my camera doesn't quite, like I said, we have so many people in this press box. We just don't quite have enough room to get that entire angle there, but Bartness made an incredible catch. It didn't look like it was going to be even close to catchable, and he extended deep in his hands and was able to bring the ball in. I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe just with how far he extended, that maybe he landed on his chest and maybe lost his breath, or maybe he just kind of hurt himself. And hopefully it's nothing worse than that. It kind of looks from here like it might be something worse, but what an incredible catch by him. Where it didn't look like he had a chance at all at that one.
And with that, we'll take a quick timeout as they tend to him.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, Your vision, our team.
Hear that? That's your team here at KLN cheering you on as you go through this crazy journey of life. Having a career that sets you up with a great team to cheer you on can really make a difference. Here at KLN Family Brands, not only do you have a team that's there for you, but you have benefits that will set you up to win every day. With healthcare coverage as low as $25 a month, tuition reimbursement, a $10,000 home loan program for qualified employees, recruiting bonuses, and more. Apply today, build your tomorrow at klnfamilybrands.com.
New Horizons Realty is a full-service real estate company who has been helping buyers and sellers in Lakes Country for over 25 years. They understand the local market conditions because they are from here, live here, and have lifelong careers in real estate. Get a free estimate with an experienced, local, laid-back, and friendly agent that's a part of a team you can trust and will go to work for you. Visit permrealestate.com or call 218-346-7767 to speak with Chad and his dedicated team at New Horizons Realty in Perm.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this as I'm a fifth generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community that, you know, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
Welcome back, as Andy Bartness was helped off the field, but able to walk off with some help, as Buboltz will come on for the extra point.
Yeah, let's hope that's nothing too bad. Obviously, anytime you need help to get off, it's not a good sign, but you just never know with these, but hopefully prayers up for him.
Buboltz's kick is blasted through, it's good. Just like that, the Lakers have a 28-8 lead on the Yellowjackets, and that was kind of the drive we anticipated from Detroit Lakes. They took advantage of the good field position, went to the ground, and then had the opportunity to catch the Yellowjackets, went deep, but there's a flag. Kick is good.
Extra point conversion is
running into the kicker.
Yeah, Jack Exey, he got through the line immediately, almost didn't know what to do. And so instead of, he kind of almost waited for the kick to happen, and then he ended up plowing into Buboltz. So I don't know, does that one get added onto the kickoff?
I believe it does.
Which matters because Buboltz has got a kick, so I'm guessing it'll end up giving him a better chance for a touchback. But yeah, Growth, you're exactly right. I mean, that was that drive. We got fortunate that they had that holding penalty right away, and we thought, well, maybe that can hold them. But you're just seeing them kind of lean on some of our guys a number of different ways. But even in the passing game, getting it out early in spaces, just those bigger bodies, and it's just tough to maintain that for an entire game. And so we put ourselves in a tough spot. I've loved a ton of things that we've done tonight, but at the end of the day, DL's kind of just shown that, this year they have a really strong squad up front. They got a strong quarterback with a large amount of experience, and they have a lot of skill players on both sides of the football. And so although I think Perham's played pretty well, DL has certainly showed they're going to be a team to be reckoned with this year.
A lot of good things for the Yellowjackets to take away. Still a lot of game left, but still things to build on as you get ready to face a similar type team. The offense is different than what DL likes to run, but it's a similar type team in East Grand Forks coming up next week.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have big bodies galore for East Grand. They actually have some big dudes coming back this year, and so it's such a differing style of football that we'll see next week. But yeah, I mean, that's why it's great to have this game on the schedule, and it's typically early in the season or always early in the season. Really, you go against a high-quality opponent like this. As long as you can stay healthy through playing a team like this in the battle for the paddle, it's good for them, regardless of outcome. But yeah, you said it right. There's definitely things that we go, wow, that this squad's going to be fun to watch.
One quick pass near side, Detloff complete. Nice job coming up there by the corner on the near side to wrap up Detloff. Doing a good job there was Elijah Wyckoff.
Brought down by Elijah Wyckoff.
One of the things I'm surprised we haven't seen yet in the tradition of late of the battle for the paddles. We haven't seen a hook and ladder attempt.
Yeah, that was quite the one a few years ago. That was a Friday night here where it just kind of seemed lull, and that was one of my favorite Perham moments out here. But maybe you're making a call here. Maybe it'll show up.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Bloom looking left. Drops, fires to the right side. Detloff again, in and out of his hands on the near side. That falls incomplete and bring up 3rd down.
Great pass by Bloom there, putting it in a spot. You know, when you're cover 2 like that, that's kind of the pass that you have to make, because that 2 high safety is sitting there waiting for it, and so you have to put it in a spot kind of in between the safety and in between that corner and the flats, and he put it right on the money, and unfortunately Detloff couldn't come up with it.
1 receiver left, 1 to the right side. 3rd down and 2 for the Yellow Jackets. Hand off, Dilbeck straight ahead, has the 1st down. Moves the chains as he gets out to the 34, maybe the 35.
Going to be a 1st down for the Yellow Jackets. On that carry, Sawyer Dilbeck. On the stop, Gus.
Clock running down to 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets are on 35-yard line.
The Yellow Jackets. I'll go with 2 backs in the backfield. Take the handoff. Firing it deep. Pass is complete. It's going to be incomplete because the receiver, Zacharias, had stepped out of bounds.
Pass complete.
Came back. His first one, he came back in.
Mr. Zacharias out of bounds before the catch.
I thought he actually caught it inbounds.
Well, what's the rule there? I mean, he definitely caught the football inbounds. And are they saying that he was out of bounds and came back in?
That was my thought, but I believe that's something I'm going to have to look into. And I know there's differences between high school and pro on that rule.
I believe in high school, if it's voluntarily go out, then you cannot come back in. So maybe he didn't get pushed out by the corner. He just was out of bounds and came back in. I'm not sure, but it sure looked like a great catch to me. But he is a basketball player, and you know how I am with those guys.
Quick pass in the backfield to Dilbeck. He gets hit hard on a flag.
Ball carrier, Sawyer Dilbeck.
And we'll wait the
Malkay McGowan on the tackle. Penalty flag in the field.
Head contact against the Lakers. Personal foul gives the Yellow Jackets a 1st down. And that's something that's going to be automatic at this level. When they see the helmet go to the helmet.
Especially early in the season. I mean, which makes sense for them to do that. And I'm sure they, it's a lot of those bang-bang plays are hard to call. And a lot of times, like I said, I think that first one that Buboltz got, I don't even think he was even remotely trying to do it. Bloom kind of put him in there. But early in the season, they make a point of emphasis on it. That way, later in the season, maybe they'll let it go. But at least hoping kids make sure they don't have a head in there at all, which is the right thing to do.
Dilbeck cuts left, gets swarmed under at the line of scrimmage.
Sawyer Dilbeck on the carry.
You can just see the momentum churning a little bit. I know the penalty there, but the confidence of that defensive front for DL is they've been wreaking havoc all night long, no matter what, pass or run for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing Coach Hine this point in the game maybe trying some different things, trying to maybe keep the ball out of Bloom's hands a little bit instead of just kind of saying, all right, well, we're down 20 at this point. Let's fling it around. Let's see if we can run and put ourselves in a little bit better position. But, yeah, DL's defensive line is a force.
Bloom, line gets through again. Bloom now on the run and just fires and throws it away.
Right as I say that, off he isn't running.
Nice job there, though. Cale MacArthur chasing him out. Sometimes you see at other levels that shot right there when he has that free pass on that quarterback. MacArthur let him go and just a little bump out of bounds. Nothing too bad, and it's now 3rd and 10.
I think our sideline was waiting for it to happen, and then it didn't. So a lot of times those plays end up getting a little bit chippy, but pretty fun to see it when it doesn't. And that's a credit to a lot of times coaching staffs who try to coach that up and say, hey, just make sure you do the right thing and don't put a position. Those are positions on the sideline where you constantly see injuries because there's so many other people involved. So it's good. That's a great call there by you, Grove.
Two receivers left, one on the right side for Bloom. Gets a block, rolls. Now directs Griffin. Griffin downfield, a pass for him, incomplete. On the coverage, Caden Strand
Pass incomplete.
on Griffin, and it's incomplete, and it's fourth down. Well, one thing I was to touch on, you know this coaching a part of it a little bit. Yes, it is a rivalry between these two schools, but it's also one of those that now almost leans a little differently because these kids know each other from so many different things. It's more of that friendly banter rivalry. Yeah, there is some physicality. I'm not saying there's not, but you're not seeing the cheap stuff that you could see in some of those cheap, chippy rivalries.
Well, it's just changed a lot. When we were in high school, we didn't like the other schools were kind of like this ghost you didn't know about, so you hated them. Now they have all each other on Snapchat, so they know exactly what, and they realize, oh, geez, that guy isn't that bad. Actually, he seems like a pretty cool dude. And so that's really, really changed a lot of local rivalries because there's not this kind of disconnect of, hey, I've only meet this guy when we're on the court. They see him so many times, whether it's on social networking or these guys play so much, different things outside of it, whether it's baseball with you or AAU basketball. So, yeah, the old days of kind of hating the neighbor, they're still heavy rivalry, and they still really want to win, and that paddle means everything. But you're not seeing that kind of old school hatred as much as you used to, which, I'm not that old, but I kind of miss that. At the same time, it's definitely the right thing to go to where it's not so much vile into it.
I remember growing up back in the day in Cloquet, our biggest rival was Duluth East, and still sometimes to this day it brings my blood to a boil when I hear them, but it's not the same, like you said. It's changed over time.
If Oak Grove loses a girls' tennis match, I'm excited, being from Kindred.
One receiver left, three to the right side for Bloom on fourth down here. Yellowjackets shift to 10 formation. Bloom has time this time. The pressure does come late. Pass is too strong. Look for Kudron down the middle. And a turnover of downs will give it to Detroit Lakes.
Another one of those where it was a really good ball, but you're probably better off putting he's thrown a pick recently, so maybe that's what gets in your head, but probably best to just put a little bit more air under that thing and allow Tyrus to get underneath it. That was much more of a try to be like a precision pass there. Really good ball. Had a lot of zip to it, but when you have nothing else to lose, you might as well throw a little bit more air on it. But at this point, he's thrown it about 60 times, so I'm not going to judge him.
Strand in the gun. He's got Wall to his left. Officials talking with the DL sideline. Now we get squared away as it's 1st and 10 at the 49 for the Lakers. Strand fires, pass, incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Was looking that time for Bartness.
Intended for Tyler Bye.
Excuse me, that's Tyler Bye. Bartness exited earlier. Apologize for that. That's Bye on the attempt.
Yeah, Bye's had a great game. He hasn't had the ball in his hands a ton, but when he has, it's been really consequential plays. And so kind of surprising there that he dropped that one. 2nd down and 10.
Kind of surprised the Lakers looked at the air, up 20. But that's been kind of their offense, quick passing as well as the inside handoffs and reads. Under 2 to go, 3rd quarter. Handoff. Wall breaks a couple of tackles, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Easton Wall, the ball carrier.
And that'll be 3rd down.
Down by Sawyer Gilbeck.
As Dilbeck, amongst others, was in on that tackle. Third down and 10. Now the Lakers going to work the clock under 50 seconds to go as we get close to the 4th quarter. They still have to run a play before they flip the field. 3rd and 10. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Strand fires right, incomplete, looking for Von Ruden, and that will stop the clock again.
Yeah, you're right, Growth. It is relatively surprising that they continue to go to the air with just one play there ends the quarter for them. Instead, they decide to push it out, and now they're going to have to end up punting. But they've been really successful for it, and maybe they're looking at working on some different things. So good stop by the Yellow Jackets, and maybe we can drum up some offense through a defensive stop. We also get to watch Hubolt's punt, which is fun to watch at the high school level.
Griffin at about the 10. Hubolt's at his own 35, low snap, but he corrals it and blasts that one. Griffin falls down, and it goes down at the 10. Fortunately, it bounced away from him.
Number 3, Dawson
Von Ruden, there to down. It was 16 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Looks like the ball on about the
Your Packers are up 2 at halftime. So if you need to leave, I'm not sure how to run this computer, but there's only a quarter left, and I could probably figure it out to start pressing some buttons. But it looks to be a close game. It's 19-17 at halftime. Jordan Love looks healthy. We just have to hope that the Brazilian Airlines breaks down and they get stuck there for a couple months.
Well, the Lakers are doing their job of trying to keep me away from watching that second half. Has now Bloom in the shotgun. It's going to roll and fire, and it's incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Yeah, and this isn't, I'll say this isn't probably what we want to see how it ends here, because you're starting to see some throws that are a little errant. You're seeing maybe our routes aren't as crisp. Guys are trying to make plays and getting out of what they're used to. We did a lot of good things in the first half, and so I hope here we don't have a couple of bad picks or a turnover just because we're now trying to make plays. We want to be able to build on what a lot of good things were tonight for a lot of the time here, but we're getting a little loose late, but that probably has a lot to do with exhaustion as well.
Lakers showing pressure, and now a flag, and that I believe calls the movement.
Which is also typical as you get to this time of the game and you get a little bit tired.
I'll back up the Yellow Jackets. So it'll be second and 15 with 9.9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bloom, pump fakes. Now fires deep, far sideline. Almost intercepted and batting it down. There was Ryan Francis as they're looking for Tyrus Gudrun. And the third quarter continues to roll on with 3.2 seconds to go.
If you guys in the audience can hear that in his voice, that's frustration that he's not getting to the television to watch his Packers.
Lakers up 28-8. Yellow Jackets third and 15. Ball at their own 6-yard line. Bloom rolls out right. Fires downfield, incomplete, too far, looking for Detloff. And now that is the end of the third quarter. Yellow Jackets trail this one by a score of 28-8. We'll take a timeout, come back with the fourth quarter here on the 549 Media Network.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome back as we get ready for the final 12 minutes of this one. It's 4th and 15 for the Yellow Jackets. Lakers leading 28-8. Looking to improve to 2-0 and bring home the paddle for what would be the 3rd straight year. Well, the Yellow Jackets have been giving them a fight tonight. It hasn't been easy for the Lakers, even though the score does show 28-8.
4th and 15 for the Yellow Jackets.
One of the things that they might have to think about with the Yellow Jacket staff is if you are going to pass it this much, it does make for a long game. You just do not have a ton of clock go off if you're having these 3-second, 4-second plays and then the clock stops. It just makes it pretty hard for this kind of small squad or young squad without a ton of depth. It's putting a lot on their shoulders to ask them to be on the field as much as they have. And so it's hard to think that way, but when it makes for long football games when you have those attempts.
The punt goes down at the 46, down by Tegan Schmelz. But the Lakers again have flipped the field starting in the 3rd quarter and have controlled the game since. As it's 28-8. Francis the lone back. And a timeout. Lakers call timeout. We'll take a break.
Hey, it's Tucker again. Did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
Welcome back. 4th quarter. Lakers have the football. 1 timeout remaining, leading by 20. With 11:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Two receivers left to the right for Strand.
1st and 10 Lakers.
In the gun. Francis with him to the left. Strand looks, fires, pass is intercepted. And the Yellow Jackets with the pick. It's Ty Rooney.
That ball sat up in the air for a long time. A number of guys had a different way to make a play on it. And just like us, both probably bet that Ty Rooney would come up with it. But a good little momentum shift there. We're trying to build on some things. It's nice to have the ball on midfield now and not so deep in our own territory. So at a time like this, you're trying to build on things, find a way to do different things, maybe get some different guys some opportunities and different looks. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets end up looking for.
Boom, quick pass, far side. Detloff on the reception. That'll be 2nd and 6 on the pitch and catch there. Nice pass there. Bloom, to Detloff. Make sure to check out PerhamYellowjackets.com for a week in review, and we'll have those stats from tonight's game and how many passes officially that Alex Bloom threw tonight, how many receptions for the guys as well as they spread the ball out tonight. And we got to thank Ron Burns and his great stats that he does and provides. Bloom, quick pass near side, incomplete, looking for Tyler Screwdrone.
Pass incomplete.
I mean, Bloom's pass is still looking strong.
Yeah, that was a great play there. It's one of those where it's wide side of the field. You got to put a lot on that pass, and for him to overthrow that just a little bit, and that's a testament to his arm. And so, good-looking play by the Yellow Jackets there. We'd love to see one of those, land in our arms with some room to run and get a touchdown out of it. But we're still looking pretty good at times. But you can definitely tell that Alex Bloom is favoring something with his leg. He's got a little gimp to him. it probably just has a lot to do with wear and tear.
Bloom steps, fires, pass complete. Kudron upfield, across the 50 to the 45. And a first down for the Yellowjackets.
On the tackle, Blake Berger.
A nice pitch and catch there. Bloom to Kudron for the first down, under 11 to go.
You really got to see his speed there, particularly late in the game. Guys that maybe have some good speed, but there's difference between that and Tyra's speed. So it seemed like he kind of got shot out of a cannon there, where it looked like he might get wrapped up for a 5-yard gain. He was able to turn it to a bigger play.
3 receivers right to the left side. Bloom in the gun. Fires down the middle of the field, looking for Griffin. In and out of the hands of Griffin, and it's incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Gavin.
I know we've been talking a lot of Bloom. That pass was amazing. That was right over his shoulder. Middle of the field like that, you're always asking for trouble when you put something on like that. But put it absolutely where Griffin was the only guy that could get it. Very tough catch because you had to kind of Willie Mays it over your shoulders, but still a great opportunity for a big play there. And just falling up a little short tonight with those plays. But great pass, great looking play again.
Bloom now steps up and takes off and slides forward. Gets across the 45 down to the 43.
Alex Bloom on the carry.
It'll be third down and about 7 for the Yellowjackets.
Cale MacArthur.
Cale MacArthur in on the tackle.
3-yard pickup brings up a 3rd and 7.
10 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Yellowjackets looking to cut into the lead here. Trailing 28-8. Quick score here to make things a little interesting. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right side for Bloom. Bloom's going to roll right, fire right. It's complete. That's Rooney. Short gain. But it's now fourth down and about, we'll call it 4.
Let down by Nick Bubo. Brings up a 4th down 4.
Another big play in this game for the Yellowjackets. May not come back in this one, but if you could sustain a drive and punch it into the end zone, would be huge, I think, for this team's confidence going forward.
Yeah, something to build on, and that sounds so incredibly cliche, but football is such a game of, how a game finishes, how going into the locker room, win or loss, how do you feel about yourself? And that's why I said that win last week was so huge. You got to find a way to win even over probably a team you're superior than.
Pass deflected. Kudron hauls it in, but it's not enough for a first down. Was unable to cut upfield, trying to knife through, but Detroit Lakes kind of sat back a little bit more defensively and was all over it.
And the Lakers will take over and down.
First and 10 for the Lakers. We'll see what they elect to do. Common sense would say maybe start running the clock here.
Common sense and Jason Groth's attitude.
Wishes.
But quick update, the Eagles are now up 5 after a big play. And so the Green Bay Packers are down, and all is right with the world.
And Wall gets the carry. Now cuts back right as he went outside. Drives forward to the 44.
Easton Wall, the ball carrier.
And that's kind of what we talked about. We expected maybe a little bit more of Wall this half. He's just looks like a really good quality running back. He gets it. He's low to the ground. He's got a low center of gravity, and he gets upfield quick. There's not a whole lot of dancing with him, and he's had some big plays tonight. So that was one where it looked like maybe we could blow it up early, and he found a way to turn it into a big game. I would guess that he's going to get some major carries here over the next few minutes.
Second down and 5 for the Lakers. 2 receivers left to the right side. Handoff Wall again. Churning forward. Will be just short of the first down, but a second and third effort may have got him the first down, and I believe it did, and it did.
First down for the Lakers.
Wall, not the speediest guy, but powerful and always falls forward.
First and 10 from the Laker 48-yard line.
Yeah, and coaches love that. That's a coach's dream. The last thing an offensive coordinator wants is that guy that puts you in 2nd and 13. Your playbook looks a lot different at 2nd and 7 than 2nd and 13.
Under 8 now to go in the 4th quarter. Handoff, Wall went left, cuts back right, now comes across the near side. Stiffs arm a guy, gets wrapped up, brought down finally at the 27. A powerful run by Easton Wall there. Changes the field, 1st down and 10. We got an injured player for Detroit Lakes on the far side of the field. We'll take a break as they tend to him.
Hear that? That's your team here at KLN cheering you on as you go through this crazy journey of life. Having a career that sets you up with a great team to cheer you on can really make a difference. Here at KLN Family Brands, not only do you have a team that's there for you, but you have benefits that will set you up to win every day. With healthcare coverage as low as $25 a month, tuition reimbursement, a $10,000 home loan program for qualified employees, recruiting bonuses, and more. Apply today, build your tomorrow at klnfamilybrands.com.
Welcome back once again here at Ted Meinhover Field. We come out of the officials' timeout. It'll be 1st and 10 after the big play.
1st and 10 to the Lakers. Yellowjackets 28-yard line.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right side, Wall to back to the right. Wall, quick pass, almost intercepted by Griffin, out of his hands. That's incomplete.
It's one of those where you're just shocked the ball came at you. You're trying to get to your spots. His role is to get out to the flat for any sort of running back or tight end that's coming out there and just kind of hold. And he was out there, and the ball just came immediately at him. And he's pretty sure-handed typically, but he's had a couple of drops here. But don't expect that to be something that carries on for very long. He'll make a lot of plays this season.
And that could be one of those two where Griffin looked ahead, seeing how much room. It was all green in front of him.
Yeah, you're trying to make a play for your squad at this point in the game, and you're thinking about more than just the pick.
2nd and 10. Handoff, Wall. Drives forward into the pile. Gets to the 27-yard line.
Ashton Detloff in the tackle.
Third and 9 coming up for the Lakers. 6:30 and counting, 4th quarter. Laker fans, players getting ready to find that paddle. Not really look to see where it is on the Lakers sideline, but they'll know where it is quickly. With 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Strand rolls left. Throws a pass downfield, incomplete. Looking for Ben Buboltz. And it's 4th down. And we got a timeout for an injured player.
Went down right away with the cramp.
They tend to him on the field. We'll take a quick break.
Since 1980, more families have depended on Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. Whether it's buying or selling, Chivers delivers. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. My goal is to show you that great service doesn't go out of style like garden gnomes. At Jack Chivers Realty, we make the buying and selling process simple and stress-free. We're dedicated to guiding you through every step with ease. Find out how Chivers delivers for yourself. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
There was a flag. Jack actually comes out the field. There's a flag on the Detroit Lakes sideline.
Penalty flag on the field.
That is something strange out of an injury. Something must have been said on the Lakers sideline. That flag was thrown high in the sky. It's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Lakers.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lakers.
We could hear Taylor Foose from up here, and so obviously whatever was said, the officials were not happy about it, because that unsportsmanlike conduct call was loud and proud. And so you just don't want to see that type of stuff this late in the game. Detroit Lakes has played a fantastic game kind of from start to finish, done a lot of great things, so you just don't want to have any blemishes. So hopefully that'll get handled. I'm sure that coach will figure that out on the sideline of what was said.
Strand will fire. Deep down the sideline looking for Von Ruden. It's intercepted. Tate Zacharias with the pick along the sideline, gets driven out of bounds, and a late flag there.
Intercepted by Tate Zacharias. We have a flag in the field.
I'll see what that one is, but it's going to be Yellow Jacket football on the interception. And then the foul penalty after the whistle. Head contact against the Yellow Jackets, and that was on the block on the return at the end.
Personal foul on the Yellow Jackets.
Another one of those where it's tricky, right? You get the pick, you're really excited about it. You turn as a defender, and you kind of look for somebody to block. And a lot of times, they're the team that's trying to get the intercepted player is just kind of blindsided. And so it gives you an opportunity to get some of those blindside hits. And unfortunately for us, ruined kind of a really good interception by Tate Zacharias.
Bloom fires near side, Detloff incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Ashton Detloff.
You talked about it, I think, a little bit about the routes and what happens when you're exhausted a little bit. They've run a lot tonight, and that one was one of those. The timing seemed off, I think, not because of the throw and the route, but also probably because of the tiredness of both.
Yeah, well, imagine. We're talking about Bloom throwing 60 passes. That's running 60 routes. And so these guys start to bow those a little bit. That kind of foot in the ground that was there early in the game with a little bit more crispness is gone. And so that's kind of what happens. But let's just see if we can't find a way to make a big play here to kind of spark our crowd before the end of the night.
Quick pass, Zacharias, nice catch, steps out of bounds at about the 37, we'll call it.
You can definitely tell Zacharias, even this stage of the game, he's playing with a lot of fire. And so as Coach Hine looks for kind of those spark plugs along the season to make plays, and as Alex Bloom tries to find kind of his core guys to pass to, look for Tate Zacharias to kind of keep jumping up in that trust spot for the squad. And he's had a nice game tonight on both sides of the football.
Two receivers left, three to the right side. Bloom looking right, rolling right, fires a pass complete. That's Griffin. First down, Yellow Jackets. Now he gets driven down to the ground at the 44.
Tackle made by Nick Duval.
This is one of the days I wish I had that email of mine with the Yellow Jacket record book.
First down, Yellow Jackets.
I have a feeling there's going to be a few records falling tonight. First and 10.
You just don't typically see this many pass attempts. And the reason there's been so many pass attempts is because there's been a lot of completed passes. You can try to pass it a lot, and teams can say, yeah, we're going to throw it around the field. But you can get to 4th and 10 quickly. We've been finding ways to make a lot of plays. And even that one there looked really close. I think that Tate probably would have had it. He started to cramp up towards the end of that play, and he's getting tended to right now off the field.
I was impressed the line there, that blitz pickup that allowed Bloom to have that extra second to go to the near side. One of the things, you look at the DL in our DL line, they're also starting to be exhausted for how much. I mean, I know as a pass rusher, this is their dream, just free release almost. I mean, there has been some resistance. I'm not trying to say for release, but they're ears pinned back going right at the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to the Robertson and talking to Hine, they're like, our line isn't going to be very big, but man, they fight hard and they scrap and they grind. And so, you're seeing what they said come to fruition tonight because they've kept it pretty clean. I don't believe, great play, sorry about that growth, stealing your thunder, Ty Rooney with the catch. To follow up, I don't think Bloom, besides that one where Bubolt's got the targeting, has Bloom been sacked more than once?
I don't
twice?
think so either tonight. I mean,
when you're going to sit back and they know you're going to throw it and you still don't give up sacks, it's a credit to, as you talked about earlier, Bloom's ability to kind of divert and get around. At the same time, our line's done a pretty nice job.
Yellowjackets giving a different look. Bloom on the sideline on 3rd down and 5. They have a different quarterback in. Pressure comes, pass incomplete. That was Dominic Reyes took the hit and absorbed that one. It's 4th down.
I believe that's Tegan Detloff.
Excuse me. Yep.
Tegan Detloff. And he's a sophomore. He's really sprouted over the last probably 6 months. He's went from he's a really fantastic wrestler, really good wrestler, but he's really shot up almost like a basketball player lately, and he's a tall body. Look for maybe just a moment ago it could have been a Detloff to Detloff connection, but I think Ashton's coming out of the football game.
The Yellowjackets look like they're going to punt here, and they do just that. Bloom kicks it away. No one back for Detroit Lakes, so it'll roll down. And down at the 5.
Ball down by Gavin Griffin.
As Griffin downs that one. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lakers. With 4:56 to go in the 4th quarter. And yes, again, I apologize. It was Detloff who had that quick throw, and might be a business decision for some of the guys the rest of the night for the Yellow Jacket coaching staff.
You're seeing guys like Ashton Detloff go and hit some of these younger guys and pump them up before they go in. Talk to some of his older guys. He's hugging it out right now with Bloom. Nice to see. You know, anytime you get beat, you are furious. At the same time, I think they both know there's brighter days ahead.
Strand under center. Handed off to the first guy through. Looked like it was MacArthur.
Cale MacArthur, the ball carrier.
Goes straight ahead with that one. Tristan Larson. I was going to touch on him earlier. You mentioned a couple of good plays that he had and big plays that he had. It's good for the Yellowjackets to get him back after missing last week against Holly.
Yeah, I mean, even last year, when he's out there, you kind of like, oh, there he is again. And because there's guys that kind of wait for plays to happen, and then Tristan just attacks things. And that is probably what gets him, on the sideline injured sometimes, just because he just kind of plays with a reckless abandon. But he's really fun to watch play. And so hopefully he can have a healthy season, because especially on the defensive end, he is an absolute playmaker, especially against the run.
Strand, quick pass, complete. And looking to roam free is Tyler By. Cross midfield. Now to the 30, the 25, brought down inside the 20 is Tyler By on the pass from Strand.
Pass complete to Tyler By. Tackled by
We've got a mixture of a few guys, younger guys that get minutes, get some plays in, and then a lot of younger guys. So little surprised that they're going to the air with the starting quarterback and Tyler By, but it is the battle for the paddle. And I digress.
Strand in shotgun again for the Lakers with 3:30 to go. Throwing again, pass deflected. Looking for By. Jaden Borman on the coverage.
By Johnny Ramos.
And
maybe it's a good thing for some of these younger guys. They're getting opportunities against some starters and high-quality seniors that get minutes. So maybe at the end of the day it helps them. But Borman with a good play there.
One receiver left, one to the right side. Now Strand under center, the back's in an eye. Handoff, Francis cuts outside. Cuts up field, stiff arm the guy, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Ryan Francis on the run of 19 yards.
Ryan Francis is a really athletic kid. I talked about him a little bit earlier, but anytime you have him as kind of your backup running back, you know you've got yourself a good squad. So, as they get into the thick of the season and, with a little bit bigger schedule, you're going to see guys like him get a lot of run too, just because it's hard to go with your main guys all of the time.
He did a nice job on that run, getting the outside Buboltz off the upright, and it's good. Francis, so nice run, got to the outside stiff arm guy, and then just drove the defender into the end zone to make it 35-8 in favor of Detroit Lakes.
Detroit Lakes 35.
We'll keep it here for a few minutes as we look to the future for the Yellow Jackets. They're on the road next week against East Grand Forks, and then after that, they're on the road against Little Falls. The next time they're home will be September 27th against Fergus Falls, who last we knew was in a battle with DGF. Not checked the scoreboard recently to see.
Yeah, I mean, growth, really you look at that schedule going forward. Little Falls has a great squad this year. They're pretty talented. Fergus Falls, I don't know much about Thief. I know they lost a lot of guys in a lot of different sports, but really when you look at East Grand, Little Falls, Fergus Falls, Morrison, DGF, to finish it out, they're not going to have any Friday nights off, and so a night like tonight is something we need to use to build, and then you got to hope for brighter days ahead. But certainly opponent-wise, it's not going to get any easier.
Fergus Falls update, they lead DGF 48-29. Morris area, Chicago, Alberta defeated Thief River Falls 42-0. I think longtime Yellow Jacket coach Dave Cressup sending in the updates on that one as that kick is into the end zone for a touchback. 35-8, Lakers lead with 3:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's broadcast here on the 549 Media Network. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. I know we've had a lot of fun bringing it to you tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the call. I talked to like 7 different people that said I was asked and then turned them down, asked, turned them down. So I think by the time I got to the end of the day, I think I was 8th. So that's still the top 10, so I'll take it. But I've really enjoyed it. I think I'll be with you a couple more Friday nights. I have to miss one of them when it comes to the home games, but you do a great job. It's great to have the 549 network now that I think is going to be great to see grow for all sports and for Perham in general. I'm just so glad. It's a beautiful thing to have something that Perham does so many things well, and now to kind of bring the streaming service for everybody to watch and just a hub for everybody to go through, and as it grows is going to be an amazing thing. So thanks for all that you do to let this thing really highlighting players, highlighting coaches. We do things well in a lot of different ways, and so thank you very much for that. And then thanks for the phone call and the ask to help out. It's been a long time since I've had football necessarily on my mind, but I do really enjoy it.
Well, I appreciate all the kind words, Kyle. We had a timeout called by the Lakers. Substitutions, I believe it was there. The Yellow Jackets going now with that younger squad you talk about. Now Tegan Detloff will take over at quarterback.
A lot of opportunities for kids. You forget, I think a lot of people, they want to go home, they want the thing to be over with. But, man, if you can get that announcer to announce your name as a freshman or sophomore for that first time underneath the Friday night lights, and they say assisted tackle by so-and-so, man, that feels good. And so even as announcers, you want to make sure you still highlight some of those players because this is their first time out there, and they've dreamt for this moment. So I remember that as a freshman or sophomore getting in the game in a blowout, and, man, even just to look around with being on the field and having somebody come at me, I typically tried to get the heck out of the way, but still it was an amazing experience. So a lot of guys out there with their first times out in uniform in Perham. So fun to see, and I coach and teach a lot of these guys. So it's fun to watch it happen.
Looked like Jaden Boardman on the carry that time. That'll be 2nd and 3 for the Yellow Jackets.
We mentioned Dominic Reyes' name earlier by mistake, but he is out wide here on the left, so he's definitely getting some run as well. He got some run at safety earlier in the last possession as well.
And off there in the backfield, not much doing. That was swarmed under.
Caleb Onenson on the carry.
That was Caleb Onenson on that carry for the Yellow Jackets.
Brought down by Reese Witter.
Brings up third down.
Brings up 3rd down, 6 for the Yellow Jackets.
There was some rating systems out here tonight that had a certain number, and it looks like the Lakers, depending on how the time looks, won't hit it. So one receiver right, one to the left side. Detloff in the gun. Handoff to the right side. That's Carson Zeise on that carry. That'll bring up 4th down.
Brought down by number 45, Corey Broughton.
But I could have spoke too soon. As it's 4th down with 1.5 to go. Fourth down, Yellow Jackets to the line, punt formation, under a minute to go. Punt on its way. And it'll roll down at the 34.
Tegan Schmelz with the hustle to down the ball. Caleb Onenson also there. I think Michael Beach was right behind there as well. So a few sophomores over there sprinting down. Fun to see these guys in the game.
Over 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line.
See if the Lakers come out in victory formation, leading 35-8. Moving to 2-0 and getting ready to capture the paddle. There's some guys standing there. They're ready to grab it. They're waiting for it, waiting for the clock to hit 0. High formation for the Lakers. Handoff right side. Stiffs arms a man and bringing them down. It was Israel Renteria with a nice run for a 1st down.
Michael Beach, I believe, on the tackle. It's good open field tackle, but also a good run by a young DL running back.
Reyes there as well. It's now 1st and 10, clock runs.
1st and 10 Lakers.
Lakers quickly to the line.
7-yard line.
Potentially the final play of the football game. Handoff swarmed under in the backfield. On the carry there was Isaiah Vargas. In on that play was Tegan Detloff, and the Lakers have secured the paddle, and their fans rush the field. As the Yellow Jackets fall by a score of 35-8. The Lakers celebrate the paddle. It was a strong game by the Lakers. They were able to capitalize in that 1st half on some turnovers, and then they got the big plays, and then 2nd half to kind of put the pedal down.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the final score and you say 35-8, it's probably similar to what a lot of people thought the score would have looked like. At the same time, it didn't seem to go the way that I thought it was going to go. I thought there'd be a lot more DL kind of pushing the ball down the field. Hard for us to kind of maintain drives because of their size, and that just wasn't the case. We had a lot of drives that just didn't end in points. It's going to be interesting to see what some of the records, where they're at in regards to pass attempts and pass completions and yards when it comes to our passing game. As I said earlier, in order to have that many pass attempts, you got to have a lot of completions. Other than that, you're punting the ball all night. I don't even know. I think we've only punted it a handful of times, and it wasn't like we were going for it deep in our own territory. So I don't know. You don't really know how to feel about it. If I was Coach Hine, I would obviously be frustrated with the loss. and maybe a few things in regards to the turnovers. But at the end of the day, I thought defensively they had a couple good fourth down stops. I thought they kept in front. They stopped. They gave up a couple big plays. But overall, I thought on both sides of the football, there's some things to when you wake up Saturday morning as a coach and go, yeah, I feel pretty good about this. And that's doesn't make for an easy interview with the radio guys and the newspaper guys when you get big 35-8 to kind of try to put a cherry on it. But at the same time, I've been there. It's like, God, at the end, we didn't actually play all that bad. I think there's some things that we can build on here. And if you watch the film and you can look at a couple different plays and say, hey, that was really well done. That was really well executed. If we continue to do these things later in the year when it matters and as we get closer to playoffs, we're going to be a force. I mean, I certainly would think that as a team that's defending the Perham Yellowjackets, you're going to be like, well, we can't really emulate in practice with a scout team a guy that can run around and not get sacked and make plays. We're going to have to convince our linebackers and D-backs to guard for a long time. If not, he's going to eat us up. And if you look at tonight, a few of those plays turn into touchdowns instead of turnovers, or instead of a slipped foot, we break it out for a longer gain. Then we're really somewhere. So overall, I know I've talked a lot here, but I think that I think there's things to build on. Although you're always frustrated with the loss, particularly a big rivalry game.
Yellow Jackets dropped this one by a score of 35-8. Overall, you touched on it a little bit. I think the weapons are there for the Yellow Jackets. It's coming together, giving Alex Bloom enough time to protect and roll. And just you got to find a way a little bit to get a running game and give a team and a defense to think about a running game just a little bit. Yeah,
and we got guys that can do it. I mean, I think you saw Dilbeck a couple of times looked good in space. I think Gavin Griffin, he hasn't been that kind of like pound guy. He's had a hard time getting going. I think as they get going with him in the backfield, maybe you get more downhill stuff with Carson Zeise as he gets in there. But yeah, you can only live so long chucking the ball around all the field. So things to think about, but overall, a really fun game to watch.
It was. There was a lot of different things. I mean, you look on the Lakers side of things, one of the players I'm really impressed with his play was Caden Strand. He did a lot offensively, not just his arm, his legs outstanding. And that just opens things up for Easton Wall.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take long to look at Strand and be like, oh, he's been doing this for a few years. He even what was a really good thing to see or notice about that starting quarterback, when you got a stud starting quarterback like that, is the paddle came out at the end of the game. Everybody's running and jumping up and down. What was Strand doing? Getting in the line to shake hands with the Perham guys. He's like, I've been here before. I've done this. It was a good win, but let's move on. Let's not get it. So those guys are fun to watch, and there's a number of guys between. I thought Tyler By, the couple catches he had, made big plays. I thought Wall did what kind of Wall does, and you talked about how he's just such a downhill runner. Strand made play after play, and then hopefully the best for the kid that went down, the Andy. Hopefully he's all right, but he made a lot of plays up to that point, and the play that got him hurt was one of the better catches I've seen in a long time.
Well, Kyle, for broadcast number one, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for joining tonight, and enjoyed calling the game with you here tonight, Kyle. For Kyle Haberman, I'm Jason Grolty. Thank you for tuning in. Our next broadcast for the 549 Network for football will be September 27th when the Otters